Gina, Gregory, hello. Yes, party on. Oh, it's so good to see you. It's so good to have succeeded at going live. Hello, Lisa and Errol. Thank you for joining us. I'm also going to go over to the YouTubes and see if we succeeded in going live there too. You never know. So how is everyone this Thursday evening? We are live. We're live. I'm pretty excited about that. How are you? Okay, we have one person on YouTube. Fabulous. We're okay. Paul disappeared, but you know, that often happens at the beginning of these broadcasts. Randall, Barbara, Mary, and Holly. Hello. Thank you for joining us this evening. We have a number of cocktails and mocktails to share with you this evening, inspired by Wayne's World, which I hadn't seen that movie since it first came out, and then we watched it again last night because research. So, hi, Eric and Jeff. Hello. Oh, Jeff from Tiki Thursday. When you're done here, go to Tiki Thursday after. That's a lot of fun. Kristen, hi. Yeah, I just watched Wayne's World again last night for the first time since like 1992, I believe it was released. It's funny. It holds up. Hi, Philip. It does hold up. I've also been watching. I'm thinking we might need to do a happy hour too. Netflix has Up and Smoke, and it was a very intense time earlier this week. There's just, our town has a lot of COVID, so it was just very very intense period. And I was just looking for something to watch, and I landed on Up and Smoke on Netflix, and I admit I was cracking up. So I know that's not very highbrow, but probably if you're here, you know by now that we're not very highbrow. Anyway, so I know it is Thursday. Randall, I'm the same way. I woke up this morning thinking it was Sunday. It was kind of strange. But anyway, yeah. Hi, Peter. So for my first drink of the evening, let's just get right to it. I have a number of drinks to make for you, and you'll see a blender behind me. Since it is Wayne's World, which is 1992, I'm making a blender drink, but I'm not making that one first. My first drink is something called the Suck Cut. And if you recall your Wayne's World, at the beginning of the movie when they're still doing the cable access, they have the guy on who invented the Suck Cut, which is a lot like a Flowbee hair cutter. And he demonstrates it on Garth, and Garth says, it's sucking my will to live.
Okay.
So anyway, the Suck Cut. Without further ado,
Suck Cut.
The Suck Cut.
SUCKKUT, of course.
John is here, and Daniel, hello. Oh, yes. Kristen, thank you. Kristen, this is my prom dress.
Isn't she babylicious? I'm just saying.
Thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. This is my prom. I'm not going to say what year my prom was, but
no, you can.
It was before Wayne's World came out.
You can estimate that.
Fred and John, hello.
I don't exactly have anything in particular to hide. I will say that I was too young to see these guys when this album came out, Dark Side, but I could have seen them in my time. So that'll tell you something right there.
Yeah.
Boom.
So this is my
Which is pretty excellent.
My prom dress.
Good.
Which was subsequently, hi Satellite, subsequently worn in a play. But anyway.
It is a pretty babylicious dress there, BL.
Thank you.
Just saying.
Do you mind?
You just say hi to Lisa?
Ice?
I don't mind.
I did. Lisa and Errol are watching on YouTube too.
Do me a favor. Grab me that fun ice bucket. I think it's time for the fun ice bucket.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm just thinking, ice bucket. That kind of sounds like an insult, doesn't it? Hey, ice bucket.
Didn't you already bring out ice?
No, I did not, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
I brought the bag, and I haven't actually loaded it into the bucket, so I'm going to
Schwing.
the bucket.
Philip, I have, and Marty. And Marty, hello, Marty.
Schwing.
I have a drink called Schwing. I'll be making Schwing in the blender.
Got some tent ball action happening there. Or is that ski ball action? I think it's ski ball action.
I'll be making Schwing in the blender a little bit later. But anyway, we're going to start with the Suck Cut. And Christine, hi. Oh, thank you, Christine. That's so nice. I'm going to start for the suck
Actually,
cut.
the ice is over here.
I'm going to start with 2 ounces of bourbon. It's sucking my will to live. I kept saying that last night when we were watching Wayne's World. It's sucking my will to live. Okay. 2 ounces of bourbon. And then I'm going to, hello, Christopher. I am going to move on to a half ounce of Jägermeister Sharp, which is hot ginger. And you know what? We keep this in, thank you. We keep this in the freezer. And I'm so afraid it's going to slip out of my hands because it's frozen. That would be embarrassing. Okay. Half ounce of the Jägermeister Sharp, which is a hot ginger flavor. It's actually really good. If you had a cold, I would just take let's drop the cap. I would take a shot of this. Okay. Half ounce Jägermeister Sharp. So far we got 2 ounces of bourbon, half ounce of the Jägermeister Sharp, and then going to add a half ounce of pineapple juice. And half ounce fresh lime juice. He's tuning my guitar. Are you gonna have to plug that into something if we want to hear it. Just saying. Shake with ice and straight into a cocktail glass. Hi, Bill. Oh, Satellite, yeah. Wayne's World 2 is on Amazon Prime. Is that where you watched it? I want to watch that next. Hello, Dave. Okay. I don't think we're actually done with that, so I should keep it nearby. I need a cocktail glass. Here we go. Strain into a cocktail glass. Now, I haven't actually tried this, but this is the suck cut. Let's see what we think. Ooh, I like that. What do you think?
You ready?
Yep.
I gotta wait for me to be back on. There's a delay on this thing. I gotta stand here with the guitar looking like an idiot. But that's okay. That's what they do in the movie.
You said it, not me.
You said it, not me, pal. At least I'm figuring a legitimate chord. I'm just gonna say. All right, screw it. Ready?
Yeah.
For theme, Wayne's World, party time, excellent! I'm gonna do that 3 or 4 more times during this broadcast because.
Yes, Amazon Prime. I know. I'm gonna watch it on Amazon Prime. Oh, hi, Scott. So,
Yoink.
what was I gonna say? Anyway, this is the suck cut.
Have you tried it?
2 ounces of bourbon. I did.
Oh, yeah.
2 ounces of bourbon, half ounce Jägermeister Sharp, half ounce pineapple juice, half ounce fresh lime juice.
I know you're saying Jaeger. Totally obvious for a rock and roll movie, right? Well, it's not a shot, and the Sharp is pretty cool
I
stuff.
like the Sharp.
I like the Sharp a lot.
I like it better than I like
Your
Jägermeister.
standard Jaeger. Jaeger is not really something you were supposed to sit there drinking shots of. It's essentially German cough syrup.
I was
So
about
when
to say.
you feel really miserable, you take a shot and you're like, I feel great, and you fall asleep. And then in the morning you're like, I feel better, you know? But like in a bar, let's do Jaeger shots.
Ew.
I'm just saying, it's kind of
Hi,
rock and
Tom.
roll and kind of like not great.
Oh, thank you, Tom. Tom says I like your features in Bachelor Pal. Oh, thank
I
you.
like them too.
I appreciate that.
They're a lot of fun. They a lot of good
I appreciate
information.
it. I'm working on my next
telling
one.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Working on my next one. So, hello, John.
Brian.
Oh, Brian. Hi.
Hey, excellent. Rebel Yell refers to. Well, I have an inkling, and since, as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, you're located here in a section of the country which is very close to Rebel Yell territory. Did you use Rebel Yell in
I did.
the actual drink?
I did.
Okay. I have the impression that historically this was the war cry of the Rebs, who were trying to like shake the Union troops to their skivvies, and that from time to time it was pretty terrifying. But after a while, everyone was completely sick of that war, and like no one was terrified by that. They just wanted to die. So that's what I think.
Wow. Okay.
What a fine sort of thing, anyway. But if you know otherwise, let me know, because that's the thing, you know.
Oh, Bill says our son drank Jaeger in the Navy.
Ooh, that's good.
That seems like a place where you would drink Jaeger.
That's really good. I'm getting the sharp in this, and that ginger hit is nice. The herbal nature of it. I think the straight Jaeger, like again, as a cough syrup, it's actually got a nice combination of flavors. I wouldn't sit there drinking it, like a lot of it. It's just sort of like, a half ounce in this.
Oh, that's not.
It's good.
Anything that's sweet, drinking a lot of it all at once is just never going to lead to good outcomes.
Do you see this bottle back here? It's abbreviated So and Co. Yeah, I use that sparingly, and it works very well. Not a shot, not shots. That's your highway to hell right there. Bang.
I used to like, War Cry.
War Cry.
Yeah, it wasn't Billy Idol.
No. With the rebel yell. Well, apparently the Native Americans had something similar. There's also where is this? Like New Zealand, the locals have the haka that was assigned to. Why did we just crap out?
Uh-oh.
Are we still good?
Yeah, I think we're still good.
Okay, maybe we're good. All right, I'll keep yakking.
Yeah, oh wait.
Oh
yeah, okay, fine.
It's a recording thing. Okay, yeah, we're good. And the haka was not a yell as much as like a coordinated set of movements that was designed to terrify your enemy. And those are fun to watch. They're really just fantastic when you get 20 guys there doing all of this stuff and just like beating on the body and looking fierce and like raw. They're all tattooed. And you're like, I'm out of here. I'm not going to fight you guys. So you're like, same thing here. And again, the whole rebel yell thing was probably effective for a while, and then everyone's just like, it's miserable. Misery. Anyway, we're not talking about misery. We're talking about
I was like, this
Wayne's World.
Fast.
Party time. Excellent.
It's turned miserable inside of 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So okay, Peter says Jaeger takes me back to my 20s, and Pete says he used to be a Civil War reenactor.
There we go.
All right.
Did you perform the rebel yell, or did you listen to other troops performing the rebel yell? There's our question for the day. And big fun.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, we want to know. But definitely, we said hi to Tim.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely, I think you've been catching them all.
I think so.
Oh, hey, we got Canada here. Okay, guys.
Here.
Yeah, speaking of some complete hosers, we get Canada here. Boom, boom, boom.
That's a different movie.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, but
different film.
Of course, Wayne's is...
Although they are Canadian.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, Wayne's World is located in Illinois, which is getting pretty far north there, so you're pretty close to the border. Of course, our state here borders on it as well.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Aurora,
Illinois. We actually
Illinois,
have known people who lived in Aurora.
Yep.
Probably live there still, as a matter of fact. But,
we have people here tonight who live in Aurora.
Hello.
Hi, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
So this was my first one, the suck cut. Do you want to make one?
I would be very glad to make one.
Okay.
You've already made your big Snicker drink suck cut.
Oh no, we have other Snicker drinks.
You got plenty of other Snicker drinks happening here. Don't be.
I haven't even started the schwing yet.
Don't be fooled. The schwing is going to happen. It's going to happen. But in the meantime, I need to make a thing.
Mm-hmm.
We watched this film just last. What? I'm sorry.
Don't touch anything.
Oh, should have been a complete document.
Here we go.
That's what I get for being in the edit phase over here. Don't touch it. I think I'll start with who is her sponsor again? It's Brian Doyle Murray.
Yeah, with
the name of the sponsor.
The arcade.
Yeah, gotta look it up.
I already forgot.
Yeah, I already forgot. Rah.
He's one with the arcade.
That's really saying a lot of good things about all this, isn't it? Anyway, IMDb and we'll just blah blah blah. Isn't it great to have this at my fingertips? And I'm
Noah's Arcade, right?
Noah's Arcade.
Noah's Arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I remember that.
Might need some of this information at our fingertips, so let's just dial this up on the font of all movie knowledge.
I think you're gonna anyway.
There's a Wayne's World video game. No, it's okay. I want to find this. What do we got here?
You know what I discovered today?
Noah Vanderhoff. There we go.
Yeah, it's Noah's Arcade.
Noah's Arcade.
Because his wife's like, she thought of that. Yeah.
And then there's the guy in the crew who's just like, by the way, you're a total babe. And she's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
There's all these whack job subplots. So Noah, of course, goes on the show, and then Wayne is giving some some really rude signs towards him because he just doesn't really buy into this.
Cincture boy.
He who bites the hand of the sponsor. Smart move there, Wayne. But anyway. He also knows that his show is being yanked away from him by
that's why
corporate
he did it.
interests.
Yeah.
So out of there, man. But the man talks about his origins, and he started in meatpacking, and of course, and he says, lips and hooves. And on that, a drink name is born. So we are going to actually
make you
lips and hooves. And this is a built-in glass. Let me get a good Collins for you.
Sunshine, hi.
Well, hello. Hello.
Scott says, when I moved to Chicago, I was so pissed that Stan Mikita's Donuts didn't actually exist. That's pretty funny.
What a great set. It's like they just went and found the coolest looking sign and said, we're filming there. Here's like $50,000, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But Mikita's doesn't exist. Suck cut. Anyway, I'm going to grab, where the hell did I leave the ice bucket here? I'm actually going to throw some ice in this just because. Normally you build in glass, but it's really good if your ingredients are nice and cold.
Hi, Wayne.
Hey, Wayne's here. Where's Garth Wayne? Sorry, I had to make that joke. So
now Wayne's going to click away because that was a stupid joke. But anyway.
There's some pretty stupid jokes in this movie, and we watched it anyhow. So there you go. All right, so why don't you...
Here, you need your recipe back.
Yeah, that'd be good. So lips and hooves. I'm thinking that our man over here, our man Noah, is probably like a whiskey drinker. And I bet he favors scotch. So I got a pretty nice scotch over here, wherever the hell I decided to drop it. Oh, here we go, behind me. Boom. And do we have the pony in the shot? Yes, we do. This is my favorite because it's a pony and a shot. In most things, you need 2 ounces or 1.5. There's your 1.5, and there's your 1 times 2.
I was going to use that, actually.
I can clean it out for you. This is your basic Boilermaker style drink because I think that's what our man drinks. And I think he would use that. And I'm thinking lips and hooves sounds like processed packed meat products, which are probably smoked. Let's find something smoky and something hot. I happen to have something here called chili liquor, and I'm going to use about 1/2 ounce of that to give it a little bit of sweet. And this has a substantial hit of hot without like burning your face off. This is not.
That's more like 1/3 ounce.
Fine. That's fine. That's fine. Doesn't matter. It's an approximation. It's like more than a dash. Enough to taste it without this thing getting sweet. I wanted to use the bacon syrup, which we used to have, but we ran out. But that bacon syrup was basically just sweet stuff with smoke flavored. And what do you know? I happen to have smoke flavor right here. 2 dashes of liquid smoke.
Yeah, Marty says we all need this cut nowadays. Amen.
Yeah, hello. I was saying that earlier. You're all going to need it like now. Can I just have a drink formula again, please?
Oh, sure.
Okay, combine it in a Collins glass and fill with beer. So I'm going to give this a bit of a stir just to get this stuff cold.
Are you going to get rid of the ice before you pour beer in it?
I might do that. I might leave it. So sometimes I leave it if the beer is kind of on the other side of cold because you don't want a warm beer.
On the other side of cold.
That's actually a very nice base. Could you retrieve me a spoon, please? Yes, yes, if you would. I'm going to actually dump this ice.
That is pretty good.
It's actually pretty good to start with, right? And I'll clean this thing off for her because she needs it, you know? And hey, I do things for the bait.
We should have brought over a strainer.
Hmm?
We should have a strainer behind the bar.
Yeah, we should. Well, I'll place it down.
Yeah, Sylvia says some of the street scenes were filmed in my town of Covina, California. That makes sense. So one thing about this dress, hi Fred. One thing about this dress is it's all man-made materials and it's like already hot.
Oh yeah.
It's like wearing polyester for one of these things, which we do frequently. It's a little hot back here. So I'm trying to decide. I guess next I'll make my mocktail.
Okay. So what you want to do to finish this guy up here, of course, is get yourself a beer. I happen to have a nice beer right here. Probably better than Mr. Vanderhoof was drinking, but what the hell.
Oh, okay. I got to change the beer, though.
What'd you check?
I put
Sure lager. If we had had a Brooklyn,
I would have. IPA.
I would have done lager.
We don't have any more Brooklyn?
I think we're out of Brooklyn. I couldn't find it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that would have been fine, but I guess we drank it. Actually, I'm not sure what of it, but I couldn't find it, so whatever. I'm using this. Boom, done. Noah Vanderhoof would definitely have been an old man beer, kind of old man. And, that's
we have old
perfect.
Man beer.
We do? What?
We have a whole cooler full of it, don't we?
No.
That was bought for Ohana.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Well, it's not cold, and I wasn't going to use it. So I'm going to give this a minor stir just because. There we go.
Sigh.
This works fine if you have a hoppy beer like this. It actually adds some nice flavor.
Yeah.
If all you have is literally old man beer,
Harry.
that's probably perfect.
You know what, Fred? You just cued me. I need to drop our Spotify playlist in here.
Yes, I kind of forgot about that.
You know what?
Well, I remembered it before, but then I forgot because I had to play the theme.
I do have a Spotify playlist that is our soundtrack for the evening, but I haven't put it in here. Well, I put it. You don't want to hear about my problems. I'm just going to share it again. Get a big long draft of that.
It's pretty good. No, it's excellent.
All right.
There we have it. It's impossible to actually copy that and paste. I always try to do that before the show because it's a pain. But sometimes you're doing other things.
Not impossible. Here we go. Hi, Kelly.
Hey. Howdy, howdy.
Play Stairway. Oh, we have a Stairway drink coming
Can't you read? I actually cannot play the intro to Stairway. Which, by the way, is not the intro to another song because that was just decided in that lawsuit.
Okay, I just put in the link for the Spotify playlist. So if you if you would like a themed soundtrack for the evening, you could play that while we're live.
Yes. Always available for you. She makes these things for you every week. This one is heavily based on the Wayne's World soundtrack.
I was going to say, this one was kind of easy because there was a Wayne's World soundtrack. But I added other stuff, too.
You cribbed that heavily, but you added a bunch of other stuff. So, that's good.
I did. Oh.
Well, here's the thing.
Errol drinks it warm like the Germans. Yeah.
Here's the thing for you. How warm is warm? Like, give me a temperature reading, like a thermometer reading. Because I know that, like, notoriously the English drink their beer
I know
warm.
What you mean.
And the thing is that I think that the real issue is not that the English drink their beer warm, they just don't drink it ice cold. But typically beer in a pub is coming from the cellar. Now what temperature is the cellar? It's like 45 degrees. So it's not freezing, it's not like that ice cold lager.
Well,
but it's a cool beer. You know? It's a cool beer, yeah. But no, I never found English beer to be warm. It just wasn't like, blasting. And something like a stout does benefit from being a higher temperature than like about 33.
Oh, yeah, we're getting, Amy says, no old man beer challenge this year, sigh. And Kelly says, we'll miss you and we'll see you next year. Yes, we will miss all of you too. And Fred's asking which instruments we play.
Well, I just played guitar poorly. I'm playing piano.
You play piano
fairly
decently.
Fairly well these days. I'll give myself fairly well. I haven't picked up a saxophone in a long time, so I would say if I did it right now, it would be pretty horrendous. But give me a few weeks and I'd get back up to speed. That's my
sing.
Instrument.
I play. Yes. I play some amount of piano.
Mm-hmm.
And,
you're getting quick at that.
Some amount of guitar. I play more piano than guitar.
Good way to put it.
But
Good way to put it. I've been known to get on a drum kit and actually sound like I know what I'm doing. Just don't give me anything from say Rush. I'm not going there. I'm not going to do that. Okay.
I noodle around on the piano.
But chances are I'm really a closet percussionist, really, at the end of the day.
You do like to do air percussion.
More than air guitar. Air guitar to me looks stupid, but air percussion is like, of course. Yeah. So
I'm mainly a singer. Oh, my guitar.
My guitar?
I have a Daisy Rock.
My guitar wants to kill your mama. And there it is.
Actually, I have another guitar up in the attic.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the Daisy is a more recent acquisition. It's a really basic instrument, volume control, one pickup.
But right now I've been concentrating on piano and singing.
But the great thing about this is, it's a 3/4 scale, so smaller hands fit this better. It's designed for
I have child
girls.
hands. I have
child hands, right?
Yeah.
And B, it's pink and it's a flower. And it's a totally solid guitar because these are made by Schecter. So it's actually a really cool little instrument. I think it is. It's a nice little thing. Otherwise, you also have a Fender Stratocaster because you like in purple.
I do.
Duh.
I do.
And I years ago we actually bought guitars, and I decided to buy something that looked like the Ventures would play it. So I bought a Dan Electro Innuendo in sort of electric blue, and it got built-in effects, and it's very cool. And I need to learn how to play it for real. So, but the piano makes more sense to me right now.
Oh, Travis, yeah, Virtual Ohana. Virtual. Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah,
hi,
please. Mom. There was mention of the Old Man Beer Challenge. If all sorts of virtual events are starting to be planned for
John.
virtual Ohana. I don't think for a minute that I won't figure out an OMBC
Well, we were thinking
that we can do online.
about an old man beer challenge that we could like give each other live and see how we do. Because what could possibly, I have not tried. What could possibly go wrong with that?
Yeah, we could. What the hell, you know? I'll tell you one thing. Any old man beer challenge I take, I will fail miserably. I might get 50% by chance. And since 50% is chance, what the hell does that mean? We have seen people live get 4 out of 4, which is astonishing.
Ooh.
There has to be some chance involved there.
Fred's got a bunch of guitars. Wow.
Schecter Ultra, yeah. Odin Mello, oh yeah.
We gotta go dig out the Stratocaster.
Now do you have like some of those, like a real top of the line Gretsch kind of? That's like a Brian Setzer guitar.
John was watching on the YouTube on the big screen. Thank you.
Hello. Oh yeah, well you know.
And Susan, hi.
Hey, you know, feel free to fire up 2 computers and watch us on both platforms and just watch us intensely.
We need the watch hours.
But I'll take the watch time on whatever. It doesn't matter. We're on both.
Yeah, I feel
if
like
one of these craps out, go to the other.
I feel like I should do. Okay, so this was Lips and Hooves.
Lips and Hooves,
which is actually really good.
It's a beer and a shot, you know, but it's got other fun things. I'm definitely getting some smokiness.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting liquid smoke
and getting some
and
heat.
The scotch
and in the scotch, you know. So there's a thing. Scotch and a beer sounds like a stupid idea together, but it's a blended scotch. It works fine, you know.
Hey, would you hand me, please?
Yes.
Out of that fridge, the grapefruit cocktail mix and the ginger ale.
Hold my guitar, please. Actually,
my guitar.
Your guitar. My guitar. All right, so you need.
There's a ginger ale right there. Thank you.
There's a GA right.
So I have a mocktail for you before I get to the schwing.
Schwing.
Okay.
Anyway, gonna like parcel them out a little bit.
Well, I iced my
mocktail
glass.
time.
Okay.
Let me see if I can play some more guitar badly here.
With no amplification. All right. So I'm calling this the Stacy.
Need to tune this up a lot better than that.
You may recall that Stacy was the psycho hose beast. Not my term, but
the truth is, within context, he simply seems to be a very insecure and confused young woman who just needs to get over it and find somebody else. Because it's Lara Flynn Boyle. Like, this character couldn't find a boyfriend. Duh.
I know. But she... Actually, I really like Stacy a lot. But anyway.
She's a funny-ass character. She takes a trip over a car with panache and just stands up and laughs.
Oh my God. Okay, well here, you take care of some of these, would you? Oh. Wow. Okay. Hi, Andrew.
Electromatic and a Tennessee. Ooh,
wow, that's great.
Now those are guitars. I'll put my Dano up against a lot of guitars, but no, that's like a jazz guitar.
Wow, I was reading Lisa's post about Errol's daughter too. Oh, I love it.
Hey, we got YouTube and phone.
Thank you, Kelly. This is my prom dress. This is my senior year prom dress from high school.
And by the way, if you're thinking just as per the movie that this dress should show a lot more décolletage, yes, it should, but not right now.
It does.
It does.
I had to put a pin in it.
It does. Because, it really does.
I can't believe I wore this to prom.
I'm just saying that, like, you know, this one could really rock that, and that's not our.
This one.
Not our message right now.
Anyway.
Yeah.
The Stacy. I'm going to start. You got mental.
I've gone mental.
Oh, Iron City. We've had Iron City.
I've had Iron City here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Is that on my? I think that's on my phone home screen. As a matter of fact.
Hi, Bernie. Okay, so for the Stacy, I'm going to start with 10 dashes of chocolate bitters. Now, bitters technically they're mostly alcohol, but they have such a trace amount. It would be like adding vanilla
you used a quarter of a teaspoon right there.
To your drink. So I'm still going to call this a mocktail. And then, did you give me my
UGA?
My thingy?
What do you need?
My pony shot.
Pony shots right at your.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
At your middle.
Okay, so this was provided to us by Lava, but it's really good. It's really good. It's Ruby Grapefruit Cocktail Mix, also no alcohol.
Yeah.
But it's actually really good. It's got you know, I'm gonna use this side. It's got
use the shut side anyway.
good ingredients in it.
They're nice and fresh. As for a mix of this kind,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of junk in there, and there's no junk in there. It's real sugar. It's real sour. It's actually stabilized. It doesn't have a real bitter flavor.
No.
It's nice stuff.
So this is the Ruby Grapefruit, and it is. They're not sponsoring this episode, but I will say that you can buy it on Amazon if you're interested.
Let's see. Best beer and cocktail is Godfather and a Guinness. Oh, I forget what's on a Godfather.
Sounds good.
That's like
Godfather. There's Godfather and Godmother. Is that the
Amaretto and
Amaretto?
vodka?
Yeah.
Something like that. And a Guinness. Okay.
That's the Godmother.
Oh, the
The
Godmother.
Godfather is.
There's like a different liqueur. I got to think about it. What's in the Godfather? I completely forget right now. I have
Which
books.
one is the Godfather and which one's the Godmother?
Yeah, you get the both of them. They're real simple kind of things.
Okay.
They're real easy.
So that was
Guinness, of course, makes great cocktails. If you want to combine Guinness and bubbly, you've got a Black Velvet. Any bubbly will do.
So there was 10 dashes of the Aztec chocolate bitters, 3 ounces of the lava ruby grapefruit cocktail mix, and I'm gonna just give it a
Healthy dash.
healthy dash of ginger ale.
Excellent. Or should I say,
Thank you.
excellent.
Excellent.
Pass me
So,
that cap, please.
all right.
I can recap this sucker,
Oh,
and it will maintain a little
All right.
fizz, which is a good thing.
this is the Stacy.
Yeah.
I believe Paul has a mocktail too.
I do, in fact.
Oh, Lisa's a great steward. Oh,
Funny.
yeah. Call the fire department.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
So this is impossible to see.
I can't believe that.
I will
still
try
happens
this
to us.
out, and maybe you can see this sort of thing. On my home screen, I have 3 classic
good.
old man beers stacked up. They're all hidden behind the icons, but on the bottom, you've got Genesee. In the middle, you got Utica Club. And on top there, oh, now it's all gone down. On the top there, Iron City, which is completely hidden. Anyway, just wanted to say that.
I'm going to add a little bit more ginger ale.
That's from a few years ago when we did actually have all of those at Ahana, as a matter of fact.
Okay, I'm adding a little bit more ginger ale.
And hey, Phil, we normally
Hello.
on the ground we'll have Genesee because we can always get a big suitcase of that. 30 beers for the price of about $18.
Yep.
That's kind of old man pricing right there. But if I can get Iron City, that's kind of cool. And Utica Club, we've been able to get locally, which is great. Another classic New York State beer.
Oh, yeah, this is better.
Amaretto Scotch. Okay, so there we go. That's not a bad combo.
Oh,
I would add a little sour to that.
612 Tiberius. Thank you.
But yeah. Oh, yeah. So super.
Yeah, amaretto and scotch. That's right.
There you go.
The Godmother is amaretto and vodka.
And we're vodka. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's a minor variation. I can dig it. But the Scotch is a substantial difference. So,
Fred used to love Jenny Cream Ale. Oh, yeah.
well, that's good. I like
Yeah,
that.
it needed a little bit more ginger ale, but this is good.
All
I'm
right.
still getting the chocolate and the grapefruit.
Attendees of Ahana who are upstate folks are all familiar with the Jenny. And it's always like, you got some screamers? It's like, yeah, I got an old man beer cooler full of screamers.
Yeah.
And that does very well. And we have donations. We had somebody throw some hams in there one time. I'm like, oh yeah, the beer refreshing. Blatz. We haven't been able to get in some time
No.
because our correspondents in the Midwest can't source it. And they're like, what happened to Blatz? Oh, one year we asked around
Hi,
to see if
Sean.
we could get it. And 3 different people delivered me 12ers of Blatz. So suddenly we had this huge surplus of Blatz. Well, we drank it. We drank it down. You know, it all happened.
Good.
Oh, here's Sean, who actually knows his way around a Blatz. And certainly around a Jenny. And probably a Hams. And definitely against it. And I'm trying to think what else.
Oh.
Pabst,
Hi,
of course.
Sydney. Oh my gosh, so many of our Ohana friends are joining.
But I'm going to actually name some more of these.
Oh.
We're talking old man beer, highly appropriate for
This is the Stacy.
Mr. Vanderhoof. You kind of think that he'd be like either a Miller or a Schlitz. He'd be a Schlitz man. John still here? Yeah, Schlitz man. Or Schaefer. That's a good one. Mickey's Big Mouth. There is a kind of a classic. What else do we have here? What can't you get anymore?
Henry Weinhardt's Private Reserve.
I think that's still available.
I know, but not here.
Not here.
Not
True.
here.
True.
Might still be available somewhere.
Yep. Golden Anniversary. Never heard about that. I've heard
Oh my gosh, golden anniversary.
I've heard of Old Milwaukee, of course. Old Milwaukee Light. Now there's a beer. Grain Belt. I've never seen in person. Probably not made anymore.
Grain Belt.
That's a really old one. Old Frothing Slosh used to have fun cans with like 1890s ladies depicted on them. I'm trying to think of what else. Everyone remembers Billy Beer, which was made by like Falstaff or something. It's real bottom of the barrel crap.
Marie, hello. Oh, love Blatz.
There you go. Now you're talking, baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Billy Beer.
Billy Beer.
Oh
Got
my gosh.
big shout out for Billy Beer. I was a little young.
Stroh's.
I can reveal my age. I remember Billy Beer, but I was a little young for it at the time.
I can get behind
Stroh's.
Stroh's.
I get behind Stroh's.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. That's a classic right there. Stroh's has been absorbed into the whole Pabst family and is now made by, I think you can still get Stroh's. If you are to taste it, you're going to say to yourself, tastes like PBR and also like, what am I thinking of? Natty Bo. Definitely.
We
Put
have
those
some Natty Bo, thanks to Doug.
Yeah.
But
put them side by side. I think you will not. No, that's the Old Man Beer Challenge that you will fail miserably because they're all the same.
Now in a champagne bottle, Miller High Life now in a champagne bottle. We have seen that. Yeah,
we have seen.
Yep.
Fancy.
Yep.
With the pop top, isn't that great? You know, there you go. With the crown top, that's just class up the wazoo.
Christine, hi.
Hey there.
Rheingold. Yeah, I
Thank
know.
you,
We used to be able to get Rheingold. Now that's just
it was available up until the 80s, and then the brand died. And probably about 10 years after that, somebody thought, I want to revive Rheingold, bought the IP, started making it again. It was available up until like probably the early 2000s, and then it disappeared again. And I think it's a real shame considering the way that Gansett has risen from the ashes like the phoenix.
Right.
And is a really powerful local brand these days. It's got a lot of regional distribution, Gansett. I can get it in New York and further south.
Thank you, Christine.
And it's a great surf beer.
Fred says his favorite was St. Pauli's Girl. Pope says, oh wait, is that Olympia? Olympia? Okay.
Oh, probably. Yeah, Washington State.
Yeah.
Was Olympia, sure. That's one.
Hi, Sean.
I think, was it Rainier beer? Am I wrong? Not near beer, but Rainier beer, as in Mount.
Ray,
near beer. And of course, Dixie, another one.
Oh, Dixie. I remember Dixie.
I'm trying to think of what was a real old man beer from New Orleans. There was like a really classic.
Marky, hi.
Oh, man.
I remember a long time ago, when I was probably underage, someone giving me Dixie, and it was warm.
Oh.
So
bad idea.
That's not fair, because when I think of Dixie, I kind of want to borrow a turn of phrase from Wayne's World. I want to hurl when I think of Dixie, but it's because the only time I ever had Dixie, it was warm.
It's not a good thing. We were talking earlier about warm beer versus cold beer.
Oh my gosh, Pete says the original Blatz factory is now a condominium.
Of course, what else? You know.
Wow.
It was a great footprint. And you had to do something with it, and they weren't about to make more Blatz there, so there you go.
Oh my god!
But definitely,
Rainier.
Gansett Classic is a great beer if you're mowing the lawn and you pull one out of the freezer and it's just absolutely ice cold, and it's like 95 degrees out there. You're sweating your brain out, and you pull one of those. You're like, oh, that's great. But all of their specialty beers are really good. The one with the Dells is awesome. The one with the coffee is fantastic. They're really, really good little products, you know.
Wisconsin's best old man beer.
The one with the lobster on it is an excellent ale. Really, really nice.
Oh boy.
We have Iron City. If we go to Pittsburgh and we go to Permane and we're grabbing one of those big belly buster sandwiches, I'll grab an Iron City.
Meister Brau. Oh my gosh, we have friends who are very into Meister Brau.
Meister Brau Light. Now, what was the other cast? I think John was just name check. Tuborg. Oh, there's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Gold.
I tell you, we're on a real old man beer kick right now.
We are.
Too bad I don't have any.
All right, we got to do the old man beer virtual challenge. I'm not quite sure how to make this work, but Paul and I will drink all of the beers. And
let me actually. I could always try to find.
This will be a lost afternoon.
This is kind of like that wine school from the New York Times food section, where the man who runs the section says, we're working on one style of wine, and he suggests 4 wines and says, get as many of these as you can and taste them and report back. It's actually a great idea. If you're not a wine person, don't do it. But, you know, we certainly drink wine around here. Most of it comes out of a box. But I would try that. Like one style, like, you know, I'm going to try Chianti. I'm going to try bubbly. I'm going to try different Proseccos. I'm going to try, I'm trying to think of Malbec, or just like one particular style. 4 great examples of them. They're always trying to give you something locally made, just like small producers, et cetera, et cetera. And in the case of the old man beer, it's completely the opposite. You find 4 mass market junk beers and you try to actually
Junk beers.
see if you can taste the difference between them, because I think they all taste the same. Anyway.
Yeah, you're right about the... Oh, from the line to sky blue water, hams. Oh,
Hams.
And Murky says peels.
Hams is still available.
Yep, peels.
It's possible to get that in New England.
Coors Banquet.
Yeah. So, Banquet beer.
Colt 45.
Colt malt liquor.
Cold cock.
You know, good old Colt cock. You know, Colt was actually marketing itself for some time.
Oh, I like pork slap. Travis.
And like all of the
I've been to pork slap.
pork slap is that? It sounds like
Valentine's.
it's kind of a horrible name for a beer.
We
That's
can get
actually quite good.
Valentine's.
Yeah. Valentine, that's my favorite.
We can get Valentine's.
Favorite of the old man beers.
Mm-hmm.
Regular Valentine. But Valentine also made that that high gravity beer that's really excellent.
Chianti,
Yeah.
Count Peterin.
Mm-hmm. I was in fact thinking of you.
If this ever is over, Carlos.
Carlino's Black Label. Oh no, she just got
Carling's.
autocorrected.
Oh, Carlings.
Carling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had a whole issue with Carlings.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it.
I have issues with Carling and issues with autocorrect. So you just named a trifecta
we
right
couldn't
there.
get. You were going to get it for the Old Man Beer Challenge.
When we did Canadian Old Man Beer Challenge, and I could not get Carling to save my life. Boy, that was the thing you could
get. And all
get.
the Canadians were like, "Oh, we'll bring
Sure.
it." None of them could get it either.
Somebody finally found it.
One person.
In bottles. Can you believe it? Bottles! Jeebus, what the hell are you supposed to
Carlings, exactly, yeah.
do? Oh, Carling? Yeah,
Yeah, Carlings,
Thank you. Absolutely. And that's the beer you used to be able to get anywhere. It was the cheapest stuff. We have known old men who that was their beer of choice. And why would you buy that
Old
beer?
man approved.
Why would you buy that beer? Why would that be your beer? Because anything more expensive than that is a waste of time.
I've never actually had Duff.
Oh yeah, there's an excellent idea.
I've never actually had
And
Duff.
don't forget the competition, FUD.
FUD.
But definitely. But all of these, I do have a soft spot for Valentine. I think that's actually got a nice little hoppy flavor for an old man beer.
I have a soft spot for Utica Club just because it's an old one that we could get. I just remember going into our local beer store, and we used to have to go to Albany. We would go to Albany like on our way to Ohana and pick up Utica Club, and we had to source it and everything. Then one day we went into our local beer store, and
had it.
There it was. It was like a halo coming off of it. Like, so yeah. Yeah. That makes me happy. Schaefer, it sincerely thanks you.
It does.
Yes.
All right, so quick, who's there like either a New Yorker or knows enough about local baseball teams, New York, New England, to be able to name the following? So, what was the beer served at Fenway? What was the beer served at Yankee? What was the beer served at Shea?
Okay, well, John
That's
has a great question for us. When are we going to do a Thursday night from the fire pit?
Chimnea. Ooh, good idea.
As soon as it's not raining and not cold.
We're in that period where it's like that almost every day, so it's going to be tough. But give us some time.
It was beautiful the other night, and we were able to sit out there and have a fire, and it was so great. And then it immediately got horrible again. Yeah. But I think next week is supposed to be better. So
Tuesday was great. It was a really warm day.
It was gorgeous. We sat out there for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I had to go out and find wood to throw on the fire. Tell you, old style. There's one. Yeah, you heard PBR, all right.
Hi, Monica.
It's not my first go-to because it's kind of a hipster beer. Although at the end of the day, it's exactly the same beer it always was.
Everything's.
So if you like PBR like 20 years ago, it's the same damn beer, Whatever. Another call for Schaefer. So once again, here's the big trifecta.
It's not PBR's fault that the hipsters co-opted it.
You know what? If PBR is going, really? A bunch of like young idiots are buying the beer? Ka-swing, ka-swing, ka-ching, ka-ching. They're just ranking it in.
They're idiots. I like that they're idiots.
Oh, I'm just being pejorative here. That's all. But
you sound like some old man. Get off my lawn.
Well, I'm drinking old man beer. Hello.
That's true.
There we go. Boom boom.
No, that's good beer.
Yeah, it's kind of good beer. I would be if I could. If I'd had a sixer of Valentine out there, it would have gone in. Screamers, oh yeah.
We have old man beer.
But Pabst actually went really nuts when they realized that people were buying Pabst just because it's a hip beer. So they started shipping a lot of Pabst. Hell, that's okay.
We have old man beers. I know the weather is just so sad now, John. The
Needs
weather, I actually get SAD, seasonal affective disorder. I actually get that because I'm telling you, after a couple of days of this weather, like Paul could tell you, I'm like all weepy and you don't want to hear this, but like I really I'm no fun to be around after a couple of days of this weather.
You just got to give her some space and say, let it ride, you'll be fine. And she is. It's the case with all of us. I get like really funked myself.
Mike says hipsters need to find their own beer.
Seriously. And well, you know, they found their own beer. They're buying it, and Pabst is like rock and roll. And then thank you for the Valentine. Absolutely. Got it on my cap right here.
Hi, Marcy.
The fact, there's also the fact that, you know, Miller Pabst there absorbed all of those small brands. So they're making Natty Boh. They're making Schmitz. That's another good one for you. The one with all the animals on the cans. Remember that? They're making...
Got another vote for Valentine.
I believe they make Dixie. I believe there is still Rainier and they make it. And what else is coming out of that plant right now? I think they're making the Schaefer. It's like all these tiny brands that were completely dead in the water. It's like they bought up the rights, they bought up the formula, boom. But it's all the same. It's the same damn beer. Same damn beer in the can. And it better be in a can, you know? That's kind of the way to have it. Hamm's is a bit refreshing. I also have the Hamm's beer on the front here somewhere.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
You see him?
Yeah, he's right
there.
Right there.
There we go. She got that for me. I have a couple of them. They're kind of awesome. I love the Hamm's beer. Bum, 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 bum,
Man, I hope we get to go to some events this summer.
Well, we're going to do what the hell we can do, and I'm really kind of psyched to figure out an old man beer challenge you can do remotely. Need to find, again,
Rolling Rock.
Just like the wine tasting. Let me find 3 beers everybody can get. You line them up, and somebody's going to have to do it for you where they say, try A, B, and C, and you name them. Lowell.
Rainier. I don't even know. Is it being made?
If it's being made, I bet Miller Pabst makes this.
I have no idea.
They've absorbed so
I don't
many
want to
things.
say, but I really have no clue.
Rolling Rock is currently made by Anheuser because they got bought out. And you can still get it. Oh, no, I'm going to go over here.
Don't lose my tabs.
I'm using a different browser. So there you go.
Go for it.
And bang. So we're going to search on the following.
He doesn't use Google. He uses Bing.
Yeah, I'm one of those weirdos who does that, right?
That's Ranger.
Ranger. Why that?
What did Rainier?
Hate this thing. Don't autocorrect me. I'm in the middle of a show here. So here's some ancient Rainier cans.
There's the website.
Rainier beer. Mountain Fresh Rainier was brewed with
I do have more Wayne's World drinks to make.
Please confirm your age. I'm not 21.
But there's like a skateboarder on their website.
See, this is also hipster beer. Mountain Fresh beer since 1878. Now, who really makes this, though? Come on, come on, come on. You can order on Drizzly.
Irwindale, California.
Really? Maybe they are kind of a small brand these days.
Right.
That makes them like Gansett. Somebody bought out the IP and is just making it again. Why can't somebody do that with, it was name checked before. What am I thinking of? Rheingold. I want to see Rheingold come
Rheingold.
back. What about Knickerbocker?
Falstaff.
Haven't mentioned them yet. Well, Falstaff's still being made.
It is?
Perhaps. Oh, no, shoot. No, Falstaff's not being made. Sorry.
I was like, I've never.
Falstaff's not being made. Nope. I was thinking about Valentine.
Valentine's being made.
Falstaff actually really got cheaped out in the 80s, bought up a bunch of small brands, including Gansett, drove them all into the ground, and then committed suicide. But back in the day, I was able to get Falstaff, and it was a classic.
Okay, this is funny,
beer.
though, before you click away. Mm-hmm. Rainier on their website does have the Hibernation Survival Guide.
RainierBeer.com. Check it out. It's kind of fun.
With digital downloads.
I think that they
that
are.
We're not going to click on, but.
I'm trying to find out their info here to see who is actually making this beer. And they're being a little cagey about it, to tell you the truth.
Well, yeah, because they want you to think it's... Oh, wait, about.
Okay. I want you to think it's like, we've really been making this forever.
Mountain Fresh beer since 1878.
The beer that named the mountain. No, not really. Okay, here we go. Here's the truth. In the mid-1900s, brewing operations were moved away from Seattle, and the Rainier, Big R, went down, blah, blah, blah. Rainier joined forces with Pabst and is recommitted to his homeland in the 2000s. So it is actually a co-brand with Pabst. Okay. There you go. Which, hey, that's fine because Pabst is actually supporting a lot of these small brands. That's kind of excellent.
Brewdogs, the end of history. Oh, wow. King Cobra.
There. Now we're going back to the malt liquor.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, Pete's asking if you had a beer can collection back in the day.
No, never collected beer cans. I collected, every once in a while, I find a really cool bottle, mostly soda bottles. And I did have this really ancient either seltzer bottle or a beer bottle fragment. It was like 2/3 of the beer
Stripe.
that I found somewhere that was... a place where people used to like shoot bottles.
You know,
So.
the most thinking about Red Stripe, I always feel like Red Stripe, whenever we see it out. Oh, Ed O'Neill. Yeah, I love Ed O'Neill in Wayne's World. He's so funny.
He may be. He's a little psychotic.
Yeah, which I enjoy about him. Red Stripe, whenever we get it out, is so expensive.
It's an imported beer.
Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
like, wow. I feel like what it is really expensive.
Unlike a lot of these brands, they haven't contracted with some brewery in Texas to make the beer.
Thank you.
So it's an import. You're going to pay import duties from Jamaica.
That was the Stacy. That was a mocktail. 3 ounces of the Lava Ruby Grapefruit cocktail mix, 10 dashes of chocolate bitters, and 2 healthy dashes of ginger ale. Do you want to make another one, or
Brewed at Miller Coors and Irwindale, soon to close.
Red Stripe is.
Oh, that which one is being brewed there, Marcy? I'm mixing my metaphors here. Ha! Yeah, that's funny. Yep.
John.
And at the end of the day, Red Stripe is a real classic old man beer. So you're paying if you're paying really high prices for it, you say,
It's sort of like Anchor.
Yeah.
Getting it in New York, it's so expensive.
It costs a lot.
Yeah, because it's imported from
import duties from California.
From California.
We have to drive it across the country. You know, it's a great beer. I like Anchor a lot, and if you can get it fresh on tap, that's a big plus.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, it shouldn't be much more than Brooklyn is to us, which is a great local beer. So there you go.
Do you want to make another one, or should I?
Well,
I could
did you
make
make the last one?
I think so.
Yeah, because you made the.
I made the Stacy.
You made the mocktail. Okay, I'll make my mocktail.
Okay. Oh, you need to get your. Well, I got you your juice.
Okay, so I tell you what, I'm going to stow this.
And your
I need
bitters.
some space.
You need to get your mix.
This is clean and ready to go. Okay, that's good. Yep, this is a shake and strain.
All right, so Paul is going to make his mocktail, and I'll let you. I'll let you introduce it.
Please. All right, need the guitar again. Let me test this out. If I could really play this, I'd play this, but. Hey, can't you read?
No, Stairway to Heaven.
And this is our next mocktail. No Stairway. Get it? It doesn't actually have the hooch in it. So.
Shinerbach. Oh, yeah.
Shiner. Hey.
Make a boozy one. I'm going to make a boozy
Venerable.
one next.
I'll make a boozy one. Don't worry about it.
It's Thursday and it's a pandemic. Don't worry. More booze is coming. more booze is coming up.
No worries. There we go. I'm using the other lava mix, the spicy jalapeno margarita mix, which is actually itself very nice. And I'm going to start with 2 ounces on this stuff. I got measurements on here, so I can just do this. Right? I am. There we go. This has real limes because there's like little bits of like lime seeds and stuff in there.
That's almost gone.
Yeah, we're kind of down on that, to tell you the truth. That's actually a very good premixed margarita. I do recommend it. They did provide
Except
that.
it doesn't come with tequila. So.
It doesn't come with it. Well, it's not that much of a premix.
If you like your margaritas with tequila in them,
It's
you'll
kinda-
want to get some tequila.
It's like these places that are offering cocktails to go where it's like you have to add the booze.
Yep.
They're basically giving you the premix base and then you add the anyway. So
Do you use in a black and tan? Hold on. I'm kidding. Natty Light. We have Natty Bow.
yes,
What would you like?
I would like my formula. Black and tan is porter and lager, equal amounts. That's kind of a classic English item right there. So let's see.
And it's just an ounce of
That's
that.
this stuff right
Yep.
here. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Tony, the shot still kicking around. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ooh. So many things we gotta try.
Mm-hmm.
Narragansett. I guess we're out of Narragansett.
Narragansett.
Yeah.
We had some. We used it. It's gone. We can get it again. Nothing. Okay. Great stuff. Back to my thing.
I look forward to trying it.
Okay. So that was 2 ounces of that, 1 ounce of that. I'm going to give him 2 dashes of these bitters just because.
Right, so I gotta
There
change
you go.
that.
See? Happens.
Okay. Gotta keep track of these recipes.
Hey, she's going to give them to you. If you're a patron, you get all of the recipes on Fridays. If you're not, you'll get one of them. If you'd like to be a patron, patreon.com/Velveteen Lounge. Is that
Yep.
it? Yes.
I like this huge chunk of
That's good.
ice.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Shake with ice.
Wait a minute.
Excellent. Yes.
We gotta get out the natty bow for next
Definitely
week.
been name checking the natty. Well, since we're not using it for its intended purpose, we'll whip some out. Jack's is one that I don't think I've ever had or seen.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah, that sounds pretty regional to me. And which means it's something I want to try, right?
So this is no stairway.
Where did I put my strainer? Oh, I think you used that one. So I will use something down here.
If there's one thing we have lots of, it's strainers.
And straight into your mocktail glass.
Hams.
And what do you think?
Let's see. It looks like a
What do you think, Val?
margarita.
It does.
It's good. It's very fruity.
Yep, it should be.
Although I'm ready for booze.
Yep. That's actually...
That's good. I'm ready for booze.
Sour enough that it doesn't taste like you just threw a bunch of fruit juice in there.
No.
It's got some balance.
It's good. It would be perfect with breakfast.
The heat is a good idea, and one of the secret ingredients in some mocktails these days, is if you make a sort of a decoction of hot stuff. Normally you do that in alcohol
Decoction.
to actually strain out the hot stuff, but if you're making a mocktail, you can't do that. So you would have to sort of boil it down and get some of the essence out of there.
Acme.
You could always use like a hot extract, like a capsaicin extract, very judiciously, that sort of thing. If you wanted to sort of get a Scotch component, you could always bust out the liquid smoke. That's a good idea. And I did add bitters. This is not 100% alcohol free, but it was 2 dashes. That should be fine for most people. If you're just I just want something light and I don't feel like more booze, this would do. That's quite nice. No stairway.
No stairway.
Boom.
All right. I think it's time to make the swing.
Swing.
So I need my chunked up banana.
Ready
and
to
I
go.
also
There we go.
need my banana straw. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll all find out together.
Things all get tried. Where does this fit into? What kind of glassware?
Either Highball or Collins.
Kind of thinking of Collins. Well, no.
That's a Highball.
Yeah.
But I'll take it.
Well, what's a Collins glass?
Thank you.
Narrower?
One of those. Yeah. No, this is good. This is fine.
Okay, highball's fine.
This is great.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay, but I need my banana.
So there's the banana, and do you need also the chunks?
I do need the chunks.
So, okay. That was all together. No, I'm just thinking, about what I saw in there. I'm thinking about what I'm going to grab from the freezer.
Yeah.
That was on the waxed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have a chunked up banana to add to this. And I also have... Why don't you bring the chunked up banana first? And then we'll go back for the other banana.
Okay.
I think that this is going to be a delicate operation. We'll see.
So. Keep things frozen as long as possible, folks.
A dry ice drink next week. If we could get dry ice.
Ice houses are probably open as essential businesses, and supermarkets usually have it. I'm not entirely sure how you would arrange that, but we could try.
Since we're afraid to go to the supermarket.
Excellent dry ice drinks that we made from time to time, and I do not normally have it around. Nor do I have some way to liquefy, CO2.
Is that Pony available?
It is.
All right. So I'm going to start with, I chunked up this banana earlier and put it in the freezer. I'm going to put that in my blender. 1 banana.
Yeah, new cocktail in honor of this.
Thank you.
I was just name checking one of these days recently, as a matter of fact. I think that's the sort of song I like to sing to certain people because it says exactly what you want them to know.
So
you know what I mean?
So to my banana in the blender, I'm going to add 2 ounces of dark rum. This is Plantation Original Dark.
Why are we using Plantation? It's an excellent product.
And we can get it.
At a very good price. And more to the point, we can get it.
We can get it delivered.
Regularly.
That
and we can get it delivered.
Right.
There we go. Just a bit more. In fact, we just got delivered today another one of these because this grows low. And we don't want to run out on the air and then just look like a bunch of fools, now do we? Because we're running the show with the fun drinks over here.
We don't need running out of booze to make us look like fools.
No, we don't.
Right.
No.
Okay.
Normally running out of booze internally was what makes people look like fools.
So far it's 1 chopped banana. I froze mine. You don't have to. 2 ounces of dark rum. I'm going to add 2 ounces of half and half. Thank you. 1 ounce chocolate liqueur.
Which chocolate liqueur are you using?
I'm using Putney Mountain Spirits from Vermont.
If you're in the Vermont area, if you're anywhere near Putney, they make excellent liqueurs made locally. Very nice.
You might have guessed this is a dessert drink.
It's a dessert drink.
But it's a boozy dessert drink.
A boozy dessert drink, like a lot of them. Okay. A Bushwhacker is kind of boozy, for what it is, for instance. And there's some excellent chocolate liqueurs out there. Ooh, that's kind of drippy.
Oh.
Okay. Got that.
And then
Put that over
half
there.
ounce cherry liqueur.
I remind myself to grab some cleaning fluid when I run over there. Unless I left it here. Oh, I did leave it here. Ha! The boy's smarter than he thinks. Yeah, very funny. So
So I need my crushed ice.
Okay. From here, perhaps.
Yeah.
Dig deep.
Okay.
Inside there. You find something crushed ice.
Yes. I think I'm going to
Other ice supply.
remove the
Huge
non-crushed
chunks. You can toss them right in there, and away we go.
into my hand. All right.
Checking things out
All
here.
right. I'm going to put these in the ice bucket. This is ridiculous.
Okay, now the question about dry ice at the supermarket, you're not going to find it on the shelves because it's a product that is potentially hazardous, but that they use it in the back to keep things cold. So
I lost my lid. Okay.
I know.
We need a bigger bar.
But if you were to ask, probably at the meat counter, they will probably be able to provide dry ice. And they have to give it to you in a package because if you just handle this stuff, you get frostbite. So it's a potentially hazardous product. But supermarkets usually do have it.
So this is plugged in, correct?
Yes, correctamundo. Hi, Joan.
Hi.
30,000 pounds of bananas. Excellent. What should I say? Excellent.
Oh, here we go.
Now you're starting to look. Oh, that looks like exactly what it should be.
Good.
All right, you need a banana in here.
I
Yep.
There we go. Okay. Takes a minute, but
It only takes a
the
moment.
blender is worth it. Okay, what happened to my glass?
I have your glass.
Oh, I think he's going to put my banana in it. I hope this works, by the way.
What she has here, of course, is the impaled banana that's been frozen.
I stuck a straw through a banana.
Which resulted in some banana worms. That was pretty entertaining.
So pour this into your highball glass.
Oh, and recommendation, don't put your dry ice in an airtight container. Correct. Because it starts venting like mad.
It's a little too full. Hold on. Oh, that's good.
This looks like dessert in Cancun, I gotta say. Dessert on the beach. And look, it's got a whole banana in it.
All right.
Now, if you dip that banana in that chocolate that hardens up and tossed it in there, you'd have a chocolate banana. Oh,
There's extra.
Man.
There's extra.
Get a cocktail out of it, too.
Pour this out.
This is really hard to suck through the straw.
This is really drippy. I hate to put it on the bar because it's so drippy, but...
I will trade you. Are you ready? You
Yes.
got that?
Okay.
You got this. Away we go.
Thank you.
Ah.
You can have this. So this was swing.
Swing. Swing.
Hi, John. Oh, you have to get it from ice companies, Amy's saying. Yeah, I haven't. The last time I bought dry ice, which was a while ago, I did go to an ice company to get it. So swing was 1 chopped banana, 2 ounces half and half, 2 ounces dark rum, 1 ounce chocolate liqueur, and 1/2 ounce cherry liqueur. Blend with ice until smooth. And you can serve it with your little banana straw. So it helps to make a pilot hole through your banana before you put the straw in.
Doesn't hurt.
So I put the straw in it, and then I put it in the freezer, and that seems to have structural integrity.
It was at the time when you first had impaled it. It was like holding on by a thread, but freezing it was the right idea.
And then Californication, but really a masshole.
Well, there's a man who knows his local terms. The fact is, I think your local masshole usually is fairly proud of the term. So there you go.
I remember a friend of mine was in a play she wasn't in this play, but there was another play on the same bill as hers called Massholia. And I think everyone who was involved in that play was from Massachusetts.
They wear it proudly. But
Carmel, hello. So this is the swing. It's just a big old boozy shake. And I'm enjoying it.
I'm usually not a fan of that much raw banana kicking around something unless you dose it up. And she dosed it up. This is really nice. Yeah. The rum and all the other ingredients are working nicely with this. And you would sit there drinking that saying, it's like a health drink. It's a smoothie. Yeah, I can't do that.
Lisa.
Yeah, we've seen people actually blow off
so
fireworks at Ohana, and you can't do that either in New York State. Just saying. No, not recommended.
Although we live very close to the Pennsylvania border, so we've already started hearing fireworks. Yeah. You're not supposed to do fireworks in New York. It's not.
You're not supposed to do them in Pennsylvania, but in Pennsylvania,
you can sell them.
If you have an out-of-state plate, you can buy them. They don't really care if you can use them where you go.
So,
but that is possible. See, we can actually go and buy Roman candles or things like that.
It's April. We're hearing fireworks.
People are kind of bored. They're going to the border and grabbing some salutes and lighting them off.
Hi, Susan.
Okay, so Mike is actually. Oh, is Mike our masshole? There we go. Self-described masshole, by the way. I didn't say that. But if you're gonna say it, what the hell? Boom, 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 swing.
It just sounded so funny. Is Mike our masshole?
Mike our masshole. There we go. So who actually mentioned Manhattan chowder because it's coming up here?
I like Manhattan
clam chowder. Yeah, that's actually it's a variation. There's a couple of variations I've seen of that. There is a kind of a creamy variation, but mostly it's that one that's tomato based. And I've never cared for it that much, but maybe the tomatoes were just not chopped up enough. You can probably do it nicely. Because there's that Manhattan style, the red chowder, which is probably sort of an Italian influence on the thing.
That.
There's the creamy chowder, which is more typical of, say, New England, Massachusetts. Then there's something called Rhode Island clam chowder, which is a completely different beast. And
that's
you think,
pink.
Why the hell? It's more of a bisque, actually.
Yeah.
It's very good.
You've got the white clam chowder and the red clam chowder, and Rhode Island is kind of
the pink clam chowder.
The pink clam chowder. Thank you, Mike.
I guess it's kind of like getting a really great pizza in Rhode Island. Is that Massachusetts pizza? Is that like a New Haven style pizza? What is it? Probably great pizza.
For being such a small state, Rhode Island has a lot of culinary specialties.
Unique culinary items.
Mm-hmm.
One of the few places where you can actually get a coffee milk, and you think that's just such an obvious
chowder.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. That. And what do you put on your chowder? You go out there and you dig some caw hogs. Yeah. And you want to you got to shock them live, and if they're open or something, they're dead. Throw them away. Right. You get that open. You remove the clam. You gotta cut it up in your pots, and you put that together with some potatoes and some onions. Garlic is not a bad idea. You don't have to use it if you don't like it.
Garlic.
Maybe some thyme. That's not a bad idea either. Some people put a beer in there. Gans would be a pretty good idea. And make sure you have another one for yourself, right, while you're making the chowder. But there you go. Pretty easy. But you definitely have to have caw hogs.
He's from Rhode Island.
I could actually say this sort of thing for real. There are some good formulas for that kicking around. You could probably find it on the net pretty easily. Jane and Michael Stern actually unearthed Rhode Island clam chowder as a unique beast and put it in one of their books. You can find it there. It's pretty easy. Salt pork is a pretty good place to start with such a thing. Yeah. Hey, love you too, Mike. Glad you did. But,
We got coffee milk. That's Rhode Island.
My tongue is a little lazy because I'm drinking this and it's getting a little frozen.
I know. I'm sticking my tongue to the top of my mouth because I'm getting brain freeze.
Kind of sounding a little dopey here, and it's like I haven't had enough of this to really be sounding that stupid. But my tongue is definitely getting paralyzed.
Give us a chance. Yeah, I'm definitely getting brain freeze from this.
Pretty good stuff. But the fact is, I don't think I've actually met a bowl of chowder anywhere I've had one that I said, wow, that was a terrible bowl of soup, It just wasn't a really good filling sort of thing. Most places will make a nice hearty thing. You can have it with the crackers or not, but it's like nice big hunks of shellfish in there and whatnot. Hey, if you go to New Orleans, that's just called gumbo. Big, thick stew with all sorts of great stuff in it. Whatever you can throw at it.
Big, thick stew. You got another drink to make.
Usually some sausage like andouille. Or I'm trying to think of the other one. Boudin is another thing you might throw in there. So it's a pretty obvious thing to do. You can get that outside of Louisiana, and it can be good, but you just have to know what you're doing.
Oh my goodness, this East Coast.
Well,
Paul's starting to sound like Norm on this old house.
Yeah, well, you got to pick up the sawzall, and you got to take off the siding like that because, plastic siding doesn't really belong in a house. Nom, nom, nom.
So many things I could say, but I won't.
Kind of messy, too. But so there's some
it is good,
mocktail
though.
Here.
It's very filling. I actually ate dinner.
It's pretty thick.
I feel like I should put this in the freezer because I'm going to... If I try to get this whole thing down, I'm going to be so... I'm going to hurl, to borrow a term from... Wayne and Garth here.
Yeah, gonna roll. Shall we stow that for you? We'll have that later.
Put it in the freezer.
But definitely.
I'm gonna hurl if I keep drinking that.
The thing about your New York food, your city food, or like right into Long Island, that kind of thing, where you can get a really great local pizza pie, that kind of thing.
Pizza pie.
Is that the population actually arrived, started making it a very specific way, and then they branched out. So all these guys who were making on the Lower East Side, some of them went to Connecticut and went to New Haven, and they start making New Haven pies, and it's an excellent coal oven pie. It's awesome. Then somebody starts throwing like a white clam sauce on it, and it's like, whoa, that's incredible, and that kind of thing. But if you go to New Jersey, you've got these fantastic pizza joints, Staten Island. You go upstate, I'm sure somebody is serving a fantastic, excellent coal oven pizza, and it's just like, my grandfather was from New York City, and they're just making great pies. It's just good food. All sorts of great places. When I was a kid, the pizza joint was run by a Greek American who frequently left the country for tax reasons. But it's not saying anything about ethnicity. It's just like this guy was a bit of a character. And the joint was just great hangover food. Not that I ever really tried that when I was a kid, but I would say, big greasy pie. Have that with a big bucket of beer.
You didn't try the pizza, or you didn't try it as a hangover?
Didn't try it as a hangover. I tried the pizza plenty of times. Like when I was when you won at Little League, they took you for the pizza there, and it was like that was good.
What about if you lost at Little League?
They probably still took you for the pizza there.
You needed the pizza more.
I tell you.
A good clam
dog. Okay, now that's unique. There's also something called, now this is one I could throw at you, and maybe you've heard of this, the New York System Wiener.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Now that's something that you cannot get in any part of New York State. And people would look at you and say, what the hell? A New York wiener should be like the dog on a bun with mustard and kraut. Done,
I just remember Wienerama.
Wienerama. Yeah. Wienerama in Warwick.
Yep. Wienerama is good.
Shows really great dogs. A Rhode Island specialty that is nothing more than the dog with chopped onions and like a chili sauce. It's like a meat sauce.
It's really good.
They're good dogs.
I want something else.
Yeah, well, you got some things.
Because that was good. It's really good. I'm going to definitely put the recipe on our recipe sheet.
Now, don't you have another thing to make specifically, or have you already made your things?
Well, I made all those, so I'm going to have to improvise.
Okay.
But I have lots of other ideas for drinks
Mhm.
from Queen's World. So far I have made the Schwing, the Suck Cut, and the Stacy. And Paul has made
Just like saying suck.
Lips and Hooves and No Stairway.
No stairway.
And he has another one. And I think I need something
yeah.
else.
I guess it's time for me to whip something up, isn't it? Yeah.
It is.
Excuse me while I whip this out. Whoops, wrong movie.
I'm sure we'll do Blazing Saddles too.
It can be
We
done.
need to do funny. Well, I mean, yeah, live videos. We got to give them funny themes. No, nobody wants a serious theme.
We were thinking of doing the Seventh Seal episode, in sort of like reflection of the what's going on around the plague and then we said maybe not. Too soon.
Oh,
Ah!
John says I messed up my banana drink sucks.
Okay, very.
Jenny just shivered. Peter says the best Mexican food he had was in Texas.
Yep.
Okay.
I believe that. I believe that. Look,
I
it's
believe that too.
massive border with Mexico. The original population inside the territory was Mexican. I think they know how to make Mexican food.
Mike says ketchup on a dog is the John Wayne Bobbitt.
Wait, I don't get it. Oh, I just got it. No, I got it. I got it in first place. Oh, man. Who was that? I think it's Dirty Harry, who was like,
Hi, Josh.
talking about like all the horrors he's seen and the mutilated people and all that. And he's just like, I've seen all this kind of stuff. But you know what really disgusts me? Ketchup on a hot dog. Who does that? I know people who do it and they love it and I think power to you. I would not do that because it's too sweet,
Yeah.
It doesn't complement the dog very well.
No.
Mustard.
That gave me a shiver.
Mustard and kraut, I'm pretty happy. A meat sauce, sure. Why not? I'm trying to think what else I'd throw in there. Those Chicago dogs with all the crap on them, those are pretty fun. There's a lot. I would definitely throw pickles on a dog. Sure. Pickled jalapenos? Sure.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. I like that.
All of your Nathan's purists from Coney Island are like, no, man, don't put anything on that dog. And it's like, you can put a bunch of stuff on that dog. Make it good. Nice grilled dog's good. Natural casing is fun. That's a pretty good idea. Dogs with guts.
I'm about to make your next drink.
I'm about to make my next drink. Here, have some more mocktail. Wing!
Now I'm full up on mocktails.
Oh,
I'm
well.
stuffed.
Keep it because I need the space. So let's see.
I need an after dinner drink, not a during dinner drink.
I need a larger glass than I was about to use, so I am going to ice up a glass.
Okay.
And then go from there. That's what we're going to do.
Do it. A&W chili dogs.
Yeah,
Yes.
baby.
Oh yeah, Dirty Harry. Oh, I know A&W.
Yep.
Oh.
And Harry Callahan is not the only one. I don't really believe in ketchup on dogs. But again, if you want to go that place and you want to do that, the hell do I care? Make your dog that way. So
Errol says Mexican food in Texas is better than Mexican food in Mexico. Honestly, the best Mexican food I've had in Mexico has been like Mayan food in the Yucatan.
Yeah,
that
in the
you wouldn't
interior.
think was like, it's not like like tacos and burritos.
it's not the sort of thing you're used to.
Yeah.
There's definitely tortillas involved. Always. There's always tortillas.
Yeah, 'cause that's like the bread on the table.
It is. It's just
Yeah.
it's just there. You wrap food in it. I mean, tacos is like
Chicago
you get
dogs
all
are
this
good.
stuff on a platter and you fill the tortillas with it. You just assemble your tacos
Right.
there. Not that there aren't great taco trucks kicking around the area that'll serve you a taco pre-made, but it's a very ordinary thing there. Fantastically fresh ingredients you will find. That's like that stuff was grown there. The seafood came off the boat at 3 a.m. that day. That kind of stuff. And in the interior of the Yucatan, you find just like the chicken soup that's just made by boiling a chicken down until it falls apart, and you've got this stuff with some bones in it. And it's just so good.
My favorite
Cures colds.
My favorite is still the egg and motor oil.
Oh, that's a Yucatan specialty.
Yeah.
I forget what that's called. It involves epazote.
Yeah, we call that egg and motor oil because it looks like an egg floating in
Floating
motor
motor
oil.
I mean, really, kind of like an SAE 50 or something. That kind of motor oil. Heavy, like 10W or something like that. It's and what makes it black is burnt peppers. They torch the peppers so that you get that sort of blackness, and you get some heat to it. It's got a lot of kick, and it's got a hard-boiled egg in it. And you, if you order
it's really good.
If you order it, your waiter says, "Are you sure?" Because he looks at your pale skin tone and thinks, Gringo's not going to like this.
I'm like, bring it.
And she says, bring it on. And I'm like, okay. And she eats it and they go, wow, It's very good.
Bring it.
It's a fascinating sort of thing. It's a very good thing. I think
Travis,
I want
to go to Skyline. I have heard good things. I want to go to Skyline.
Got a vote for Menudo? No, that's a classic hangover cure too. I've never tried it. I'm sure it's very tasty. There are some aesthetic issues with it, but you know something? I've had chicharrones too, and that doesn't really look like much. I've had tongue. I've also had lengua tacos, and that does not look like something you want to eat. And it just tastes like smoked meat.
Just close your eyes.
It just tastes like smoked meat. It's another muscle. If you're eating any of the animal, you can eat all the animal. There you go. That's the way I believe. If you do not eat animals, don't start.
Less talking, more mixing.
Hey, I'm having some fun with the audience here.
I want to drink.
Should I shut up? All right, I'll just climb up and read.
Less talking, more mixing.
All right, we'll get there. Everyone's good.
I'll mix it. I volunteered.
I came up with the drink. I'll make the drink.
Okay.
This one is a tribute to Jerry Carrera's band, Crucial Chart. Cassandra. I figured that a rock and roll drink starts with a good, healthy, stiff shot of bourbon. So where is my pony in a shot?
Right here.
Thank you. That'll do. See, we just use it all night long. Once again with the rebel yell. Mo, mo, mo. That was very elegant.
Pozole. It's menudo without the tripe. Okay. I've heard of pozole.
Yeah. Which I think involves the hominy, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. I love hot food.
Yeah,
I'm all about it.
Oof. There we go. If I could pass this back to you, that would be awesome. If I could get my formula back and keep it there, that would be awesome. Now,
I can tell you what's in it.
Also involves half an ounce of SoCo. I happen to like SoCo in very discrete amounts. Half an ounce is very good. The Southern Comfort, that's more than half an ounce.
I'm always suspicious of Southern Comfort, but...
That's half an ounce.
But you have quite a bit of lime in here, so that might make up for it.
SoCo Company used to publish these little booklets that they gave away at your local liquor distributor, which basically told you that any drink that you can make with bourbon would be better with SoCo. Well...
Don't believe it.
That might be true, and that might not be true. Anyway, we're going to go with an ounce of cranberry juice. I forgot to bring that over.
I was going to ask if you brought that over.
So we're going to go for an ounce of lime juice first. This is lime.
That is lime.
Okay, turn over the shot. Give me the pony. And also needs an ounce of cranberry, shake with ice and strain to a cocktail glass or a coupe. I was thinking about one of those margarita glasses, and I can't find that glass. It's kind of a drag.
I know. We went through this last week.
I know. Gotta go get the cranberry. You can go back.
All right. I think we've got this one under control. I'm trying to think what I want. Oh, snake bites. Do
you need anything from here while I'm here?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But thank you.
Sure.
Yes, Peter, I love saffron. We haven't been there in a long time, but Jack Daniel's on fire. Snake bites. Yeah, we've had snake bites recently. Actually, we got bubbles. Didn't we get bubbles? We got bubbles today.
We have
snake bites.
We have cider to make snake bites.
Oh, cider, yeah.
Yeah, cider and.
I'm thinking of black velvet.
Yeah, that is in fact bubbles.
Velvet. Yeah,
that's bubbles. Whatever the hell you got, and the other one.
We do have cider.
Snake bite. I ask for a snake bite frequently, in pubs, and sometimes they know what they're talking about, and sometimes they don't. But they know how to make it once you tell them. Easy enough. Every place has good cider these days. Ounce of cranberry cocktail. I'm using the one that's all juice. I recommend and prefer that.
Oh, Lisa says we have some of the SoCo booklets and glasses. You may inherit them if I kick the book out.
That's... Let's quote from a different motion picture. May I have your watch when you are dead?
Yeah.
There you're talking.
That's another one we could do for a Thursday. Three Amigos.
We have to sing the Three Amigos.
Oh, look at all that water in there.
Yeah, you know what you do with this? You toss it, but I can't do that.
Chug.
I make a mess.
Yeah, snake bites was St. Patty's Day. Exactly.
Snake bite is great because these days you can get really excellent dry cider. A lot of it is locally made. We have some from our local cider mill that's right in the fridge over there. I think we still have a Guinness. That might be apropos. But that was St. Patty's.
I could go for that.
It's up to you. There we go. So this I thought was very akin to like a Cosmo. So I kind of varied it up a little bit. It does not have a vodka base. It has a whiskey base. But I actually decided to throw in the SoCo because that's analogous to the liqueur that's in there. A big hit of lime to keep this thing in line and not too sweet.
Yeah, I love Indian food too.
And a big hit of cran to give it some body. And you've actually got a pretty nice looking drink.
All that
And I think the babe in the rock and roll outfit should try that out.
all that cranberry and SoCo, I'm a little scared, but
Cran and SoCo itself is a classic called a.
oh, that's good. Okay, that's really good. You needed that full ounce of lime juice.
I thought I did,
Yeah.
and I was right.
But it's good. Wasn't there a Southern Comfort shot called a snake bite? You know what? We could go grab some of our Southern Comfort books and see.
Let's see.
I think that sounds very familiar, John. So this is the Crucial Taunt, and it is actually really good. And not super boozy. Just has one shot of bourbon. And the rest of it is, well, there's SoCo and juice. All right. Did you find them?
Not yet.
You want me to find them? I know exactly where they are.
Coming.
We're going to end up trying Southern Comfort drinks, aren't we?
I think
Just
it's
got a
up
little
to you.
shiver up my spine thinking of that.
I think it's up to you, young lady. Just saying.
I vote no.
She votes for no.
I vote no.
Are they all together in this bin?
Pretty much. They might look next to the bin, too.
Oh, I can dig it.
That's why he's not finding them.
Yeah, maybe. Through the seasons with secrets. Happy Hour Mixology.
That's one of them.
Oh, here we go. For a 76 bar guy from Paxton's.
Haxton's. Speaking of Rhode Island.
SoCo. Yep.
Speaking of Rhode Island, Haxton's Tollgate.
This is SoCo.
I believe Haxton's is still there. It's a liquor store.
Yeah, still is.
I don't think they call it Haxton's Tollgate anymore. I'm not sure if there's actually a toll gate there.
No. Not sure there ever was.
If we do, we're going to hurl.
Cordial touch.
Oh, John says he thinks it was Southern Comfort and Lime. Well, I believe he has found the SoCo collection. So.
Oh yeah, we're coming. I'm just making sure I grab all the books because there's a lot of.
You don't have to grab all of them.
Moonshine is fun. Really? What's this all about?
He's over there reading them.
Yeah, interesting things I've never seen before.
Bring it over here. We'll all read it together.
Yeah, I want to make sure. I didn't find any of the World's Fair versions. Those are kind of the meat of that. They've got to be in.
I'm going to drink his drink, okay?
Drink the drink, why don't you?
I'm going to, because I know exactly where everything is. And he wants me to stay here, so.
Well, I've actually got the bin that has all of these things.
Do you have Nightlife? Because really, that's the only one we need.
Oh, I do have that.
Shut it down after Nightlife.
I still got one of the ones from the World's Fair. Those are the great ones. There we go. I think.
Can you hear him?
Yeah, that's it. Okay, there we go.
Southern Discomfort you drink while watching Deliverance. Oh, Jen, the flashing lights behind us. That's a strip light. It's just like a strip of lights, and it comes with a little remote, and it changes colors. I love it. And you can actually change the pattern of it. Color changing lights make me very happy.
Please, you're looking for Nightlife. And I, in fact, have such classics as History of Mixed Drinks and How to Mix 42 Great Ones. So let's see. There's the glassware, by the way. I believe Lisa was a
Nightlife. This is the one I was like, just bring that one.
The Manhattan Cocktail.
Nightlife is the happy hour bar guide, and it's all about singles bars in the 70s. So let's find the snake bite.
Let's see here.
Okay.
This is all a lot of classics that you can make with SoCo.
The good news is you can get through this book in less than 1 minute.
It's not too much to it.
No snake bite in here. All right, give me some more.
Okay. How about the holiday hospitality guide? Might be some shots in there.
Because what says holidays more than shots? Okay. Comfort baked apples. Comfort graham roll. Oh boy. Burgers. This is all food.
Yeah, so this is the one where they're telling you how to improve all your drinks. Traditional old-fashioned is a dash of bitters, some water, sugar, and a jigger of bourbon. The smoother old-fashioned is the same thing with a jigger of Southern Comfort instead of the bourbon. And you think, that's what makes it smooth. The Comfort Manhattan is
that
served
was a
at
little like
Sardi's.
Charlie Brown talking with his teacher. Exactly.
Wah, 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 wah. No dice? How about the top 20
Oh,
drinks?
tequila. Mike, I love tequila. I'm all about tequila. And Travis, there are some tropicals good with tequila. And I like to do, we actually got this idea from Charles Phoenix, but he did something called the Mai Tai Garita, which is half Mai Tai and half margarita. And don't knock it till you've tried it, because it's actually really good.
Pretty damned excellent.
It's really good.
They have ingredients in common. You can make. You don't actually make the drink and then kind of pour them together and then pour them in two glasses.
Snake bite.
You make half of this, half of the other. So 1 ounce of this, 1 ounce of your rum, and then 1 ounce of tequila, and then the rest of the ingredients, and it kind of all works together. Let's see here. Alexander Blue Blazer.
Giving me the
There's
chills.
the glasses. A new liqueur, Coffee Southern. Ooh, that's not been on the market for a long time. This came out of a magazine.
I feel like I have seen the Stinger.
Here's
Oh, ew. Oh, no.
the Stinger.
Brandy and creme de menthe.
That's a Stinger. You probably don't want to drink it, but
No.
that is a Stinger.
Nope. All right. I didn't find it.
Dang. We actually do have the Scarlet O'Hara, as served at Antoine's in New Orleans. Shot of SoCo, juice of half a lime, jigger of ocean spray cranberry juice cocktail, shake and strain. It's actually a pretty good drink, that. What do you got? Ah!
All right.
Yeah, that happens. So,
Hi, Andrew.
you're absolutely right. This stuff was just junk to people.
Oh, triple sec and lime.
This ended up being
strained
trash.
from ice. Okay.
Yeah.
I love those booklets. I know. I'm always so happy. And I like it when they've like stamped a liquor store name on them too.
Oh, yeah.
Like Haxton's Tollgate. So funny.
Joyle's Liquors, that kind of thing. Boom, boom, boom. This is our final, the Spirit of 76 Happy Hour Bar Guide. I think Mr. Morris would appreciate this more than any booklet that we whipped out so far. And this is literally stamped Haxton's.
More than nightlife?
Haxton's Tollgate. 1123 Bald Hill Road, Warwick, Rhode Island. Telephone 828-3000. Call them today. See if they're still there. But it's the same number. So what do we have here for your great recipes for happy holidays?
Baby Stinger. Brandy and white mint. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's pretty much a that's a Stinger. It's a Stinger.
Another vodka Stinger.
I think a Stinger has the potential to be a refreshing drink, and I don't probably ever want to have one. It's just not my combo, This, on the other hand, is quite good.
Oh, thank you, George.
Nice
George
sour.
likes the square wall shelf behind us. We actually made it, but we just made 12 by 12 openings so you could put records in it. But yeah, you could definitely make that.
I don't really know what this kind of wall thing is called. Everybody remembers these from the 60s, 70s houses that had this kind of wall thing where you could put things. Frequently used as a room divider. Between the rooms, you'd have that open thing. I had something similar in the house I grew up. So I was definitely tuned with this. All this is these bits, like 1/2 inch lumber. I think it's about 4 inch wide.
Mm-hmm.
I got pieces that this must be like 6-7 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Yep. Build a box, and then you build the cross beams. I used individual pieces, but if I did it again, I would actually like dovetail it. I would actually make the cuts and just put it all together like an IKEA kit. Hey, great. See you on the next one.
So, brandy and creme de menthe, that's a root canal I'm making.
Ow!
I agree with you. That's way too sweet.
Yeah, possibly.
Ugh.
Possibly.
Shudder.
The SoCo Stinger, SoCo and triple sec, and what else is in the SoCo Stinger? I probably got it in here.
Okay.
Got the Scarlet O'Hara here.
Lime.
So it's a SoCo triple lime squeeze. So that's just that's your standard sort of sour.
That sounds so sweet.
I would actually give more than a squeeze to that. I'd definitely give 1/2 ounce and maybe more, and that would tame that drink right down. Let's see what we have here. The Cool Tool, served in Miami Beach at the Hotel Fontainebleau.
The Cool Tool.
Cool Tool. TEUL involves an ounce of SoCo, half ounce tequila, and orange juice. So that's SoCo Sunrise.
Wait, what are the proportions?
1 ounce SoCo, half ounce tequila, orange juice. And you pretty much build over ice cubes in a glass.
No.
That's pretty much a tequila sunrise.
No.
It doesn't have the sunrise effect, but the sweetness is probably the same.
An ounce of SoCo and a half ounce of tequila? No.
Now reverse those proportions, you might be onto something. If you add a dash of grenadine, you've got the sunrise again.
Nope. No, thank you.
So let's see here. Comfort Julep, the Sicilian Kiss. There we go. SoCo and amaretto. Wow, there's no lime in there? Oh, you want to put something in there.
Oh, no.
No, you got to sour that up.
Nope.
You got to sour that up.
I had to put the schwang in the freezer because I was getting so stuffed from it.
It's heavy because all the banana.
All that banana and half. It's like a meal replacement shake, but with booze.
Yeah. A delicious shake for breakfast, one for lunch.
And a sensible dinner.
There you go. Another shake.
In the late 70s, you do snake bite shots till you puked. That seems perfect for Wayne's World.
It seems like about 3 or 4 of those, and you were ready to hurl.
I wanted to get blue curacao so we could make, Garth has that gigantic blue drink in Daddy-O's.
Huge blue martini.
In a Daddy-O's Ersatz Tiki Bar. But,
sticky.
Getting blue curacao delivered to our house, it was going to take 2 to 5 days, so we didn't do it. But maybe next week.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe next week.
But that
All right, I'm thinking about what I want.
Okay.
Can you
I can hold the fort.
entertain the people? I'll be
Here.
right back.
Here, I'll use some spray and clean my hands. That will be highly entertaining, yes. Bar gets sticky. That's why I keep this on hand. Well, if I can move this over a little bit, then we can clean things up because, hey, who wants a dirty show, right? Boom. There we go. Keep the pony in the shot going, and you'll keep everybody happy because you use that all day long. I would love to have about 10 of these. Every time I find one, they're different sizes. I got one that's 1 1/4. What the hell's that? Pony in a shot. Keep it easy. Keep it simple, silly. So boom.
Right.
Bada boom. All right. Yeah, you got a lot of company in that, John. There are a lot of people who have a very complicated relationship with SoCo. I think it's probably because it's the sort of thing that teenagers would steal from dad's liquor cabinet, and then you'd all have a party, and then no one could ever drink SoCo again. I think in controlled amounts, it's pretty well utilized. I think that a Scarlet O'Hara is a perfectly reasonable drink made properly. Don't make it too sweet. And I think that, who was it? Trader Vic actually used to like this stuff and use it. And he's got a few drinks that use SoCo.
Is it terrible that I want to open a bottle of bubbles?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Not the least reason being that we don't have any cold.
Oh.
So that's kind of a problem. We didn't plan it. So that's the thing. If you actually had that experience as a teenager and you can never drink it, sorry. But if you didn't and you're like, I just don't like it that much, see if you can find a drink that is really mostly something else, like mostly bourbon. And maybe a little bit like this thing here, which just has a half ounce of the SoCo, is not overpowered, nicely balanced sour, a lot of sour in there. So it's like that's taking that down. You're getting some of the flavorings of the SoCo in there. Kind of a nice thing. It's very akin to a Cosmo. Now, a properly made Cosmo is not a candy drink and will kick you in the keister. So.
All right.
Bear that in mind.
All right. I have an idea.
Sake. That's a fine thing. And in answer to the question, am I still commuting to good old Manhattan? Speaking of the Manhattan cocktail, no, not since early March. In fact, I would have been there more than I was, but I took a week of time to do projects around here. And then before I knew it, none of us were going into the office. And then we began. So no, I'm not, and I don't know when I'm going to see that office again. It's a very, very, very good question.
We have a lot of cases here. A lot of the COVID here.
Our county is a real hot spot between this town and the adjoining town where my actual train station is. That would be almost 1,700 or more.
Over 1,700.
Over 1,700 cases.
And this town, I mean, that doesn't sound like that many, but this town isn't big.
It's not
So
that kind of big, and
yeah.
the adjoining town is like it's a lot of commerce, but more of that than people.
So we yeah.
So
Not that many people live there, so the fact that there are that many cases is a little
it's really
disturbing.
something.
Yeah.
That is not to say 1,700 people have died.
No,
just
it's just
mean
they just have
cases.
They just have it.
We have
Yeah.
cases.
Okay.
Some of these people have undoubtedly died, and of that, because this is a terrible thing.
Yes, Amy, I love the cans of bubbles.
Yeah, cans are awesome.
Yeah.
We really should have some more of those.
For the Thursdays, I think you're right. I think we do need to.
I forget there's a very popular brand that makes them. Oh yeah, Underwood. Those are very good. Yeah,
Yep.
I can recommend that. They didn't pay me. I just recommend them.
Can you give me a shaker, please?
Coming your way.
So I'm going to make the Benja Margarita for Benjamin, the
Oh, yeah.
sleazy television executive played by Rob Lowe.
And by the
in
way,
Wayne's World.
Peter just noted no bubbles. Then break out the.
I broke out the tequila.
Got your psychic message, friend.
It's like we're reading each other's minds here. So I'm going to start with 2 ounces of tequila. This is going to be a bitter margarita, a bitter blood orange margarita.
Hello, because we have the blood orange, which actually is very good.
Yes.
This is a DeKuyper, I believe. Yes,
Blood orange.
that's actually
yes.
it's a very good DeKuyper product.
Don't.
Yep, yep.
Okay, so I started with 2 ounces of the tequila.
And thank you, John. The same to you. And Ginny, because I know that recently
Aw.
she was actually on this TV show. So
Yeah.
with a lot of
Oh
people,
my gosh, yeah, we're glad
Wow.
we're healthy too.
Wow. given different timing.
Ugh.
Anyway, enough said. Enough said.
1/2 ounce of blood. No, I'm gonna do 3/4. 3/4 of an ounce of blood orange liqueur.
Shouldn't I be writing this down?
Yeah, you should.
Yes. Yes.
And then I'm going to do a 1/2 ounce of Campari. And then
What was your
we'll
base?
do tequila,
Ouch.
2 ounces.
And you also had the blood orange, the Campari, and what else?
I'm going to do lime juice
How much lime?
because it's a tequila margarita.
Yeah.
I'm going to do 3/4 of an
3/4.
ounce lime.
The difference between 3/4 and a half in this is probably the difference between a little too sweet and just right.
Yes.
So that's a very important thing. Shake, strain, huh?
Shake, strain.
If we add those cool tequila glasses, that'd be great.
Margarita glasses.
That would be tequila
You can
glasses.
serve tequila in any glass.
The only proper tequila glass would probably be a shot glass, as depicted on the cover of the Lonely Bull album from the TJB.
All right. Let's see what we think. This is the Benja Margarita.
Benja Margarita.
Oh, Amy likes blood orange bitters.
Oh, that's a good idea, yeah.
Have we had blood orange bitters? I feel like we have, but it's been a while.
I don't believe we have ever had those. I think Stirrings makes a blood orange bitter, which is really, it's more of a bottle bitter, not a cocktail bitter. Like a big bottle where you're supposed to use about like an ounce of the stuff.
John,
Like
I'm
Starbucks.
so excited to see your show. You got to make sure we, share it. We got to have all the
Yeah,
details
please.
so we can share.
When
Maybe
this
we
is
could have a
happening.
watching party. That would be really fun.
There you go.
We'll use this glass.
Isaac suspiciously uses it
Like,
anyway. I could have given you a frozen one. But
that's all right. I just thought we might have a bigger one, but
I think you'll like this. I think I'll like this. I think she'll like this. Survey says?
Oh yeah.
Yep, that's the stuff. It's fun to vary these things up like
it.
that. I would drink that 7 days a week. Yeah. The
So
the
good.
bitter component from the Campari, excellent choice. And the rest of it is a really nicely balanced margarita. The blood orange adds a little bit of extra flavor. And the color, which is very important. You can almost imagine doing this
Love it.
thing and shaking it, pouring it, and then slipping in the blood orange to get a little sunrise effect. That would be kind of fun.
That would be fun.
Yep. Coming away.
I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
I'm enjoying it quite a bit, she says. Don't mind if I do. Crack-a-lacky. Hello, Jamie.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Glad you could make it.
Mm-hmm. Just checking out the tubes over here. It looks like, everybody's cool there. Super. I like it. It's good. There we go. Oh, and there's also the comment about Errol working from home. Yeah, you are not unique in that. I am thinking to myself that at which point we might be authorized, I think I'll hold out for a while, as long as I can. I need somebody to tell me that, nah, this thing is completely dead before I feel like I'm going to hop on some train.
That's the thing. I mean, it's like, it's not just like we get into a car and go into the city. We take the train. He takes, we both take, when we do, he goes in more than I do, but
4 days.
More than one train. And it's always like cheek to jowl with other people.
You're crammed in like sardines.
And then you get to the building, and then you have to get in an elevator with a bunch of people, and then you go up to your floor with a bunch of people.
And
there's no social distancing in New York City. You can't. I mean, like, if life is like normal in New York City, I don't know.
If it's like it usually is, you're always crammed with people.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's as bad as bad a cram as like Bangalore or Wuhan, or these places with huge populations. Bombay, which is Mumbai, sorry, absolutely crazy huge populations. Can't even get all the people on the train, kind of thing. Those conditions I can't even imagine.
No.
I think people there are seriously suffering right now because of conditions. I don't mean to be a downer. It's just kind of true. But if you're talking about, could I actually go and do a social distancing thing in New York City?
Forget it. I mean,
no day a week could you do this.
Just the street. Because I usually go with him. Like when I go into the city, we usually go together in the morning, and they're like, the street is so narrow that you have to walk down. Like, you're literally bumping into people.
Look, it's.
You can't keep 6 feet of distance. That's ridiculous.
This is financial district. I mean, what are you walking on?
It's not possible.
What are you walking on as far as European territory? You're walking on New Amsterdam. The streets are this wide.
Yeah,
it is just crammed down there, and all of these buildings are being converted to residential. So there's a ton of people walking dogs and people with baby carriages. It's all crammed. You're lucky you've got some promenades on the water, so you got a nice place to eat lunch, but there is no distancing.
There's no social distancing.
There cannot be. Absolutely not. Hello, Brian.
Pour one out for claustrophobia. I know,
I tell
it's
you,
crazy.
You have to be used to that sort of thing, and I spend my entire working life finding hidden corners to go and have lunch in outside when the weather is nice, so I can get away from it. But if I were just in some place, like I go to name chain restaurant and I'm just sitting there crammed next to somebody eating my salad or my tacos, I couldn't do that.
You can't.
I walk out to the water and I'll sit on the pier where nobody goes, and that's just marvelous. There's some good hidden corners down there. You just have to look for them.
It's just, I don't know. Going into New York City is just. There have been days when I have actually, Paul can tell you, this is embarrassing, but I have cried because my headphones stopped working. Like, no, you have to have headphones in New York City.
No, you really do.
You do. You really do. No.
On the trains, wherever you go, sometimes you just want to block it out.
Like, my headphones don't work.
I don't do it when I'm walking, like, across avenues.
I don't do it outdoors because you could step in front of a bus. But
you go to Equity and you are sitting there and people are warming up with some pretty ludicrous stuff. You just got to block it. You've got to block it out. Oh, here's a question from Lisa.
We do have contests window. Yeah, we do.
Hold that thought. Yeah.
I thought you weren't going upstairs today.
I'm not going upstairs.
Oh, okay.
No need.
We do have the wooden books. Oh, here they are.
I believe you're referring to these babies.
I believe they're really dusty, actually.
There we go.
I haven't been using this time at home to clean my house.
Yeah, this is plywood. These are literally plywood. They smell like your grandfather's cabinets. The ones that he built in the early 50s in his vacation home.
Oh, yeah, Sandra, noise pollution is real.
And they're bound with leather, and this leather is probably about to fall apart. These are pretty old. One of these is circa 1939. And one of them, I think, is circa 1941. We're talking a period of time where there was such a thing as television and nobody owned one. That's when these things are from. This one called Here's How. And he might have been thinking of something called Just Cocktails.
Just Cocktails.
That is probably the kicker.
Oh, I got to plug in my phone. My battery's low.
That's the time. You take care of that. I will entertain the troops.
Pardon me.
These are, I don't really know the origin of these, but they're very cool. They are literally all bound up in wood, and they have like metal hinges. It's probably just steel, not brass. But they're pretty cool. I can tell you a little something more about them. They got some nice like vellum interior. Published by Three Mountaineers, Inc. Edited by W.C. Whitfield. This one is from 1939. And this is cool because it actually has a Scarlet O'Hara, and it refers to it as a World's Fair drink. So that's potentially where that was introduced. I don't think this one has SoCo. That's interesting.
W.C. Whitfield.
I think SoCo figured out very quickly that was kind of a SoCo drink and went to town on it.
Hold on.
It has some real classics in it because it's a post-prohibition book, but only by a few years at that point in time.
I can't tell if I'm charging.
This guy actually is from, did I get this right? 41. Always good. I have no idea who Three Mountaineers were. I remember there were 3 books. The third one was exactly the same as this, and it was a blank book. And I was trying to save some bucks, and I thought, I don't need a blank book in my house, so I didn't buy it, and I probably should have just bought the set. So there you go. So you can actually, give Errol his prize because bang.
Oh my gosh, you have those too. That's so funny. We found those in a yard sale, didn't we?
That was at Salvation Army, I think in New Rochelle.
Yeah,
I think
John
that's where that
says it's strange to imagine if we'll ever get back to normal. I know it's.
I will tell you something right
weird to
now.
think about.
I don't want to get back to what people are calling normal because I was not that happy with certain aspects of that. Certain aspects of the commute and the crowding and people being pushy and being disconsiderate. Normal for us for the past several years has been like extreme rancor in politics. I don't need that in my life. We don't talk about that here. Nobody needs to hear about that here. I don't want to hear about that here. This is sort of a refuge from such things. I'm in favor of politicians acting like leaders and telling it to you straight. And some of them are doing it these days. We could get back to that. You'd have to try, though.
No, I'm just thinking about...
That's my soapbox right there for the evening, folks.
Well, all right.
Well, all right, then. But anyway. Go.
That's cracking me up.
But there are things I'd like things to improve. We try to improve things here. We try to give you better drinks. You've all heard about this, that, and the other shot that you had when you were in your 20s, and it was like that was a puke-a-thon. And we're making you better things with it. A beer in a shot could be a beer in a shot, or it could be the Noah, and it's actually kind of a cool drink, you know?
Lips and hooves.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking of the man himself, but yeah, he would drink that. Lips and hooves. Yeah, this one's got lips and hooves in it. You soak a pig's foot in this thing, you know, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, John, I think a lot of people agree with you about that.
I'll take a reset. If we can emerge from this and get back to doing things in a more social way, I'll say, I won't use the term normal, but if we get more social and people get a little more respectful of other people's space and start thinking about social contract and that kind of stuff, well, there's the other half of my soapbox. Perhaps we could be a civil society because many people grew up with that and many people miss that. And this world would be a pretty alien world to my mother. And I think that she's not with us anymore. If she could see it, she'd be pretty sad. Yeah.
John, likewise.
Yeah.
Peter wants to hear more about cocktails and pre-Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd.
All right, so I'll whip out my Piper That Gets It On t-shirt next, and away we go. I happen to really like the pre-Dark Side Pink Floyd. I do like this album itself. It's pretty fun.
Speaking of your mother,
but
she's a Pink Floyd fan, right?
I gave this t-shirt to her at one point because she was a Pink Floyd fan, and she kept it for years, and then eventually she said, well, here's some things I'm not using, and there we go. So I got it back.
Hi, Kim. Oh, Kate says, excellent point. Yeah. Errol's been to 15 countries. All the governments have been jacked. Yeah, I believe that.
I hear people who will name a country. I won't name a country right now, but name a country in the Middle East and they'll start like slamming and blah, blah, blah. And I'll think, I'll name a country, Iran. That one gets like jacked all over the place. And I think if you were speaking to Iranians, they would serve you excellent food and tell you about culture. If you speak to the government, I don't want to hear about it. Bunch of jokes.
Oh, politics. Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Wayne's World.
That's the thing. The citizens always have it over the governments. No question.
That is true. That is true. I will.
I'm not going to name a specific politician.
All right, yes.
I'm not going to slam anybody in particular. There's some societies I wouldn't be that comfortable with, but the people who live there know how to live well.
People are awesome.
Because they always do.
And I've got to say that things that we have gotten out of this, we've sort of been saved by our local farm store. We've been getting our groceries
Eat local, drink
from
local.
there, and it's great. It really is. We'd been there before all of this, but we would always just go to the supermarket and everything. And when our supermarket became sort of scary, we started going there, and it's great. It's awesome. So I'm not just going to go back to the supermarket after this. I'm going to
use my local store a little more.
Yeah.
We have a local pork product store, Italian pork store, very New York. I'm sure that's the kind of thing you find in New England, but definitely. And I don't think I've ever been in there. They've been in business forever, and that's the place if you want to get like a bracciole, that kind of thing. Yeah. So I'm thinking if we need some ground pork for pork pie or something, maybe I go there.
Right.
You know that they'll just grind it fresh for you. They'll be very good. Again, if you don't eat that, don't start.
We've been eating a lot of veggies, though, because of the farm store, I have to say.
They have very good veggies. Huge carrots. Very good.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like mutantly huge carrots.
But they're very fresh. They're very good.
Oh, yeah.
Good celery, good onions. Onions are just made locally. They're just right there in the black dirt.
Yeah.
Right next to the joint that makes the local bourbon, which is excellent. You know, that kind of thing.
Well, they have a speakeasy. The farm store has a speakeasy, and you can pick up. They will make cocktails that you can pick up. Much like the Mai Kai is doing. Several places we know are doing this. You can go pick up drinks, which is great. And I recommend doing it if you can. Yeah, huge carrots. Yes. Swing. He left the room before these comments.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, are you going to open that?
Nope, but I'll show it off.
You should open it.
If we really need to open it, it's right here.
Well, we don't need to.
Orchard
we might want
Hill,
to.
bone dry, New York State Avenue. The apples are growing right there. They press them, they ferment, they distill, and you get this stuff.
It's a good cider.
And there you go. I don't think it's distilled. No, it's just fermented. They just actually make, and this is up at 6.9%. It's a little high for this sort of thing. It's great to split a can of this stuff. It's really nice and dry.
Nice and cold.
This one
Put it in the fridge.
Could be colder.
Put it in the fridge.
Don't mind if I
We'll
do.
open that. Or the freezer.
Remember that. And they have like 4 levels. They have a level that's kind of sweet, less sweet, very dry, and then there's one that's very, very dry. And that
it's
just
really
tastes
good.
like champagne. It's so good. So there you go.
There it is. Okay. Yeah.
Very funny, wise guy. What? Okay. And yes, Travis is going swing about the huge carrots. Ha! Swing, swing. I tell you.
I made the swing. If you missed it, it was a blender drink, and it's really good. Is it still over there?
The swing, you mean, there's the cocktail version of the swing.
Oh, I made one that has a big old banana through a straw.
Yes, you did. It's right here.
Or a straw through a banana, I should
straw through
say.
banana. Yeah, the banana through the straw, that would be interesting to see. But the straw through the banana you did, and it's there, and it's looking kind of great. I should really throw that in the freezer so it maintains structural integrity.
Although it is a little bit easier to drink now that it's melted a little bit.
It was pretty heavy going when it was first done, which reminds me a lot of beach drinks in Cancun.
I was going to say, it just
But
tastes
you know
like
something?
something they would serve you in the pool in Cancun.
They just throw in like 2 scoops of ice cream, a banana, half a cup of rum, and you're like, hey, I feel great. Yeah, of course you do.
Of course
Of course
it's all
you do.
the sugar and booze.
That's the kicker.
Yeah,
Well,
we
so-
probably should put it in the freezer, though.
We'll take care of that. It's not a problem. We'll take care of that. So what have we had so far tonight? I'm going to go
We
back
had
over the whole lineup that you're going to see tomorrow if you
Yeah,
are
I'll
a
scroll
patron,
this.
if you would.
Schwing,
Suck
the
cut,
Suck Cut, Stacy,
mocktail,
No Stairway,
also mocktail.
Lips and Hooves,
Oh, still got some of that right here.
Crucial Taunt,
Yeah!
and the Benja Margarita.
The Benja Margarita is actually quite good. You're still working on that. I've still
still
got some
working on that.
Crucial and Lips and Hooves from Noah himself. Clink, clink, clink. Clinky
Is it
drinky.
that time?
It's about that time. We've made some fantastic things tonight I'm still standing, which means that we could actually relax tonight finally because we've done our work.
I think so.
To bring these things to you because you decided to join us this evening,
and we appreciate that.
Thank you, because I could yell at a wall, and who cares? But I can actually tell you about some of these things.
Oh, Travis missed the suck cut. I'll tell you what was in it.
Yeah, okay, sure.
The suck cut was good.
It was good.
So the suck cut was 2 ounces of bourbon, a half ounce of Jägermeister Scharf.
Jaeger Scharf.
Which is hot ginger.
Yeah.
Hot. It's really good.
The Scharf is very specific, different kind of Jaeger. You can probably find that at your local. Not a really big deal.
It's not hard to find.
No.
So a half ounce of the Jägermeister Scharf.
I like the flavor profile.
Half ounce pineapple juice, half ounce fresh lime juice.
It's kind of a tropical. You could put that in a mug, like a pineapple mug. That'd be pretty cool.
You could, but
you could.
Michelle, hello, and Lewis.
Hey, Lewis.
Yeah, so that was good.
Yep.
I was a fan of that.
Yep.
I was a fan of everything I made. It's just the swing is very swing. It's really filling.
Heavy.
It's got a full banana and 2 ounces of half and half. So
basically,
it's really
it's one of those toneless sort of shakes, you know.
It's like a meal replacement shake, but with booze.
Probably more calories than you're supposed to have.
Too.
Yep.
Yay.
Of course. Well, I still have a tiny little bit of the
whatever that was.
Crucial Taunt.
Crucial Taunt.
You know, this is very good, and John, I would make this for you unless you have an absolute allergy to SoCo, and you would like this. I'm just saying.
That was good, and I really I only like SoCo in small doses. So
discrete amounts is where you want to place the SoCo.
Yeah.
Shots of SoCo, bad idea.
No. Like shots of Jaeger. No.
Sitting around the campfire with your teenage friends, passing the bottle of SoCo and taking a hit.
Yep.
Bad idea. Also illegal.
Bad idea.
Just saying. That's what we do here. Cocktails for adults that taste like real drinks.
Exactly.
So, anyway, folks, excellent stuff. I think we've really covered Wayne's World here, there, and everywhere. Had a few discussions about other things because we always digress into fun things. We do not deliver negative messages to you. This is all about trying to enjoy yourself and improve your life while you have to be inside.
Improve your life.
And with booze.
Booze.
The fact is that we've been doing this for years now, even before all this business. And it's always been the same. We're always trying to improve your life a little bit with better liquors and things like that. Sometimes a little bit of food, sometimes some lifestyle tips.
A little nosh, a little hooch.
A little song, a little dance, a little seltzer, that kind of thing. And fun collectibles. I think if you ever are in a store and you see this for a very good price, just pick it up. This is the kind of book you want on your cocktail bookshelf. That kind of thing. And those old pamphlets, I love those. Those are just great. Those are just fantastic. But
oh my gosh.
We do 52 of these a year at least. Sometimes we do more. We certainly do one on Thanksgiving. It's going to be interesting this year, but we'll get to that bridge when we are coming to the approach of that bridge. And in the meantime, we need new themes always. If you think, gee, I'd really like to see, PM us
Philip, love
what
to
you need.
Too.
Bang. If you would like to help us to keep these things going, we are up on Patreon. If you'd like to sponsor us for a month, the levels start at $5. It's not much. If you happen to have that and you would like to help us keep this going, we really appreciate it. You get special privileges that they all do. And there are different levels. There's a level with Glendora that involves wine, and it's the wino level, and that's all sorts of fun. You get your horoscope with that one. So
thank you, Kate. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Amy.
Please. But definitely.
We love you guys. Thank you so much.
Been fantastic.
We get all mushy here.
We're so glad we had this time together.
Oh, now I'm really going to cry.
I tell you.
Anyway.
That is actually not my theme, and it's copyrighted, so I'm not going to sing any more of it. And if you're not watching that show regularly, find it. Oh, it was brilliant.
Sandra says Janis Joplin always had her bottle of SoCo on stage. Aww.
Yeah, seriously. That's because Janis Joplin was terrified in public. See her in that Monterey movie? She's like kind of shaking. She gets up there, and then she delivers the most kick-ass blues, and you're like, holy crap!
Yep.
She had it, and she was never confident with it, and that's an unfortunate thing. Just a little bit more.
Just ending this on an upbeat note.
I gotta tell you, rock and roll, it's a harsh mistress. Well, there's one way to end it on an upbeat note.
Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. Oh no, he's bringing back the guitar.
Because it's time for our guys to tell us we're clear.
Pinky.
Time for Pinky to rock it to you.
All right.
Busting out the old Schecter. Actually, a
right.
Daisy Rock. I love the Pinky. You get ready?
All right.
All right, people. It's been fantastic. And you know the theme, you know how it goes. Are you ready to sing along?
Ready.
3, 2, 1. Wayne's World! Wayne's World!